Welcome, lovers, friends, and everybody in between, to a brand new live stream here on the channel. Today, we are going to be playing Warthunder for the very first time. That was a very lackadaisical intro. Hang on. Welcome, friends, lovers, and everybody in between, to a brand new live stream here on YouTube. This is going to be a live stream of Warthunder for the very first time, experimenting with the tanks. I've once experimented before with the idea of planes, and the planes went honestly kind of half well, not too bad. I did all right, but people have been talking over in the Discord, which the very first 100 people will become known as the OGDs and get special access to early release content and also priority in multiplayer games and other attributes. But today we had one of the OGDs suggesting that we play Warthunder. I was looking for something to play here later tonight, and they suggested Warthunder. The only downside being is that it took about 4 hours to download. It's about 87 gigabytes. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I had to go download it and find some space and delete some files, and we are set and now ready to go. Well, to a certain extent at least. We've gotten ourselves ready to the extent of, as I plug my microphone in here, to make sure my headset is consistently charged. Today, we are going to be experimenting with the tanks. Now, do I know anything about the tanks? No. Do I have any creator codes of which to get boosted with the tanks? No. Do I have any knowledge of how to use the tanks? The answer is no. I have no goddamn idea. Hello, Dave, Majestic, NX Majestic. Good to see you again. Greatly appreciate you. You are one of the top viewers and/or chatters of the community, and I greatly appreciate every moment that you are here and within the chat and also communicating within the Discord. Hello, Dave. It is not recommended to play if you don't want to lose a lot of money. Well, God, I have so much context of which to give to that because, one, I'm not too afraid of dropping like $100 on a game if I want to. I mean, literally just yesterday I dropped $130 on World of Warships. Yes, World of Warships. So yes, World of Warships, and I bought 2 ships that are not good. I wasted $130. But Warthunder wise, I'm not too afraid of that if I have to spend a little bit of money. However, I am a stickler for enjoying the game as it is intended off the first experience before ever implementing money into the equation, right? I want to see how the game is processed and intermingled with and interacted with as a new user. I have played Warthunder once before. And did you buy a ship? Huh? I got it for free from an event. I bought 2 ships. One was an aircraft carrier, which I thought would be really nice. Turns out is absolutely complete shit. And that was a waste of what would have been the equivalent of like $40. And then I bought a battleship that has a large range of secondary fire, which actually does perform decently well for operations. But was it worth the like $50 to $60 for it? I mean, probably not. Definitely not. When we're talking about the grand scheme of things. But however, I do still have a little bit of doubloons left over on World of Warships of which to convert free XP to and do whatever the hell I want with, and or, you know, commanders and stuff like that. But when it comes to not World of Tanks, Warthunder, I don't know, yeah, I tried planes once before with a guy called Nick Icebound, and then there was a second time, I think, along with also maybe you, Majestic? Either that or somebody else that showed me the planes. And not gonna lie, I did pretty half decent at the planes. I was not bad. I wasn't good. I wasn't bad. I was moderate. which which honestly in of itself, moderate can be considered good, considering the fact that I swear to God, 75% of the player base of any single game is just absolute dog shit of people who are drunk, high, or what the fuck, and they just play on their, day home from work. That's fine. But I did have decent. But I have never tried the Warthunder tanks, and I've never tried the Warthunder warships. I don't know how any of these perform. I don't know the context of how they act. I don't know anything about this. I'm going into this with a very fresh, very new mindset. Did you buy the Azura lane pack? I did not buy the Azura lane pack. I don't even know, it's here. Damn, it's a waste if there are ships that have the same specs in tech tree. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I'm finding like the regular carriers in World of Warships are kind of better than the purchased World of Warships carrier, because currently the World of Warships carrier has like skip bombers and like AP bombers, but they literally do almost nothing in terms of damage. Like I mean, like literally nothing. They do like 5 to like 7% of damage. I'm an aircraft carrier. Like, it takes me like 90 seconds just to even get to the fucking ship, right? Like, torpedo bombers from Japan does 10 times more damage than anything the skip bombers that I can do off of the thing I spent real money for. I thought they were also going to have torpedoes, but they don't. They don't. But I bought the Tier 6 aircraft carrier, the first aircraft carrier I think that is available, the only Tier 6 aircraft carrier that's available for World of Warships. And then I bought I bought some kind of German. I'm going to get some Panzerstreik, yeah? I'm going to get behind you and penetrate you from behind, yeah? I got some kind of German battleship that has a lot of secondary that I think is a Tier 7 or the warships that I bought. And then I still have like 2,000 or 3,000 left over to balloons for XP conversion. War Thunder, geez, they're all interminglable. In the beginning, interminglable. If that even is a goddamn word. If that even is a word. Interminglable. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. War Thunder, though, I've not spent any money on War Thunder. The thing is, I've not spent any money on War Thunder. Tanks in this game are easily destroyed with one shot. That is part of the reason why I never got into the tanks of War Thunder. I mean, to be fair, I've never really played War Thunder to be in any context of reality to any attribution of progress ever before. But that is the one sense that I got from watching War Thunder clips in like videos and stuff, that the tanks are taken out by planes in like a single hit. So I found it kind of like, what's even the point? However, ever since playing the planes from like 4 or 5 months ago, the planes are more focused consistently upon the other planes more so than the ground target, right? So although you may be destroyed very easily and simply by the sea and or air, there is like a 5% chance that they even give a fuck that you even exist, right? The air people care about the air people, the tank people care about the tank people, the ocean people care about the ocean people. Well, to be fair, the air people do care a little bit about the ocean people. The warships. Geez, there's more. I see more chat happening. I will eventually get to it. I'm sorry. I blamber on a lot. Easily if the entire crew dies. Yeah, I think it does probably follow a little bit of World of Tanks logic of like you have a crew and they can penetration that bounces around maybe, and your crew can die or something like that. I have no idea how it works. For the warships, I use the Italian tier because it is cheap and effective. The Italians aren't that good. The Italians are mostly just there for like what? Like they're mostly just there for AP. armor penetration, but they don't really have good stats or secondary or HE or health or stuff overall. I usually just go with the Americans. Like if you want accuracy and fast firing, you go for the American battleships. If you want something that's gonna be like mid-range, or if you want something that's gonna be like mid-range and also like honky, then you can go Germans. If you want something that's going to be close range and like a moderate amount of health, I guess not really a shit ton, but like a moderate amount of health, then you probably go Russians. Like they're a lot more like secondary fire with the World of Warships. Russians usually have a lot of secondary fire. They're kind of like passive aggressive, like offensive. My suggestion, if you want to play until the final tier, just take the Soviet tier. I don't know if you mean that in context of World of Tanks, or if you mean that in context of World of Warships, or what's the context of it? Because we're talking about a lot of games here, or maybe I'm talking about a lot of games here. We say my suggestion, if you want to play until the final tier, just take the Soviet tier. I don't know what context of World of Warships, Tanks, Warthunder, or whatever you're talking about with that one. Because Russian biases always protect you. Fair. Bruski, Kruski, Sisiski, Kraski, Praska, Chickaball, or Dagi, God. Fucking throwing some Klingon there for a second. But without further ado, though, we do only have 2 tanks available to us to start off with. Right now is the LVT, which is more or less an anti-infantry tank, more so than anti-tank. It's more anti-infantry, but 37 millimeter, ammo 103, ammo 104, ammo overall 9,000, ammo overall 24,000, guidance speed 27, and vertical is much higher on this tank. Reloading rate 3.8 seconds, reloading rate 3.5 seconds, protection steel armor bulletproof, ammo 37 millimeter. Crew 4, Crew 6, 14.9. I think overall the M2A4 is better than the LVT-A1 by number of metrics. Invisibility 132%. Yeah, I think the M2A4 is probably a lot better. That's some good old like World War I type of existence. But I suppose I'll activate a booster, I guess, and we'll shut the hell up and let's get started. Also, some of you may have realized that I have my settings a little bit different now with my avatar, so I turn around a little bit more. So whenever I look left, whenever I look right, they might be a little bit opposite. I don't really, because every time I look to the other direction, I can't quite see myself. I'm looking at a stream delay, and I'm also looking at my OBS. And somewhere right in the middle, I believe, is my camera. Show QR first in personal task to battle respawn 3. We'll just press and W, and we're in. Shift seems to zoom in. Got it. This is very first tier. Where am I on the map? I see C tier, or I see C, so I'm assuming I'm on the right. I also see B. Oh, I see me. And now I see me. I see myself on the map. I'm gonna go towards... Oh, Jesus. So you can actually Tokyo drift this bitch. God damn. Let's just go to B. Let's just go to B. How does this work? Pretty fast refire rate, pretty fast reloading. I'm not seeing anyone yet through the wire, through the tent, through all of this. And then drift this bitch. Don't be blind. Nonsense. Me blind, me talking to chat, me being distracted. I would never. I would never. I would never. I don't know how fast these bullets travel. They seem to be pretty instant so far. They seem to be pretty instant. So I'm going to move on. Towards the center? I'm going to try to move towards Charlie. I'm going to try to move towards Charlie. I don't know why shift is to zoom in and right click is not. I don't know what right click does. I took a little bit of damage from the left, which means there's probably people to my right. I don't see anyone. I'm taking damage. I'm moving around. I don't know where I'm taking damage from. That's where from. That's where from. That's where from. Turn around. Turn the dial. Turn the dial. He's around the corner. He's around the corner. I hear shots off to my right. I don't know where that is. If you play realistic mode, you will know what blind means. I'm taking him out. Taking him out. Taking him out. Taking him out. Oh my god, you can really drift this bitch, and the cannon lags behind. And the cannon also lags behind in general. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay. Because you know what blind means, because in that mode you can't differentiate between enemies and friends. Ow. That sounds like a problem. Is my turret damaged? Hang on, is my turret damaged? It is now moving. My turret is now moving. I can see you. I'm doing damage. Took out his tracks and he's dead. We got two more to our left. I'm going to move away, get her behind the rocks. Let's not expose my underside. These might be AI, so it might be easy. Let's just go ahead and penetrate these guys if they are A9. Yeah, names, simple names like Morgan. Akiko. Oh, I see. My reticule is where it's going to land. Interesting, interesting. So I can actually see where it is going to land. Trying to hit these guys as much as possible to give my allies some semblance of relief. Not quite hitting his tracks. I'm trying to hit his tracks so he stops moving in place. There you go. He's down. He's down. Enemy kill assist. I will take it. There is a Humvee. There's a whole bunch of enemies near me. Take out his wheels. Let's see if I can take out his turret. I think he's down. I think he's down. I see more tanks coming around the corner. This is primarily against AI, I think. So I may be having an easy time of this. So I maybe should just go for the area captures. I think I literally just got through the hatch. So I'm going to go for area captures. I'm going to go over to Charlie. Mission accomplished. Okay. My place in team, number 2. I did not even get number 1st. Am I still playing Modern War? Hey, let's go back and chat here a little bit. Don't be blind. Tried my best. I think I did pretty good against bots to begin with. Yeah, if you know what realist mode, you'll know what blind means. I don't know if I want to do that because that sounds like hell. Because in that mode you can't differentiate between enemies and friends. Yeah, it sounds like hell. I would probably have a hard time of. I do not have the skill yet of which to determine the difference between the two. Am I still playing Modern Warships? Not really, no. I mean, would I play it again? Yeah. If I saw maybe like a little bit of like a push for it type of thing. Because the problem is right now, which has still been the problem the entire time, honestly, ever since the creation of this YouTube channel, is that we're still small. You know, like when one person says they want me to play a game, I'm more opted to just play what I want instead. No offense, Majestic, you know, no offense. I'm more opted to play what I want, you know, like Helldivers, Age of Empires 2, Stellaris, Hearts of Iron, Halo, what the fuck, right? You know, what the hell I'm playing at the time. But if I got one or two people asking for it, then I'd be more down for it. The Modern Warships community, it did get a little big there when we were playing it. So a lot of people were talking about it and stuff like that. But it's a mobile game. I think I remember me hitting a wall where I was like, every single ship that I'm up against came to a point of like, every ship I was up against were people who paid for extra ships. And the thing is with Modern Warships is that those paid ships are like, they're 10 times better. They do more damage. They have better AA, they have better torpedoes, they have better everything. Like the paid ships are like $100 and they actually have value. They are good. And it just got to a point where it seems like every match that I was up against human players, I was up against people who paid to do good. And I don't think that Modern Warships is a game that I'd be willing to go, because it wasn't even like $100. It was like $150 to like $200 for these ships, and people were still paying and getting them. And I was dying to them all the time because they're just that much more powerful. They really was a pay to win, and that's a price that I can't dictate. I cannot, what do you call it? Reason that price. It's too much. It's too much. It really is. It's too much. Warthunder's awesome, but a brutal grind for new accounts. I love the aircraft gameplay. It's so fun. I did like the aircraft gameplay, but that is why we are doing tanks right now. It's because I've already done the aircraft gameplay before. I've never tried tanks before. In this area in between guns and target improves fire accuracy. Sure. The thing is too, I don't even really remember how this game necessarily works. Right? I don't really know what I'm doing with my research, besides the fact that I think I need to focus on certain things. My XP is going towards that research. You have unpurchased modification. And would you like to purchase them for 15? Yeah, but do I have 15 of those things? 15. Oh, this is Silver Lion's main currency. That's our main currency. So I bought that for 15. Okay, that's fine. So if I look at this and I go to research, what did I just buy? Or rather, I should probably be researching better tanks. I haven't played Warthunder in 6 months to actually start posting Warthunder videos. Yeah, fair enough. What would be the best vehicle to buy? Right, Crew 3, Crew 4. We're looking at 298. We're looking at 406. We're looking at 62.6. We're looking at 55.6. So this is winning so far. Visibility 62. Visibility 88. Efficient progress from whatever 130. 130. Okay. 21. I don't care about the price. Let's talk about 37 millimeter. 37 millimeter M6 cannon, 37mm X cannon. So I'm going, I think the M22 is better, but the M22 doesn't lead into anything else, I don't think. Maybe I'll just research that first and then it unlocks the rest. Or do I have to go down the line? So I need 2 out of 6, it looks like. I need 2 out of 6 unlocked, and then I can go to the next rank. Okay, so I basically need to unlock multiple tanks before I can progress. Now $10 you could compete with other expensive ships in Modern Warships. I don't know about that though. $10, I've found it difficult to find anything that's that cheap. Again, it's been a little while since I've looked at it, but it was pretty expensive, so I don't know about $10. Unless you're talking about maybe just enough in-game currency to just buy extra modules that are really good. To be honest, Warthunder in the middle tier and above is destroying my mental insanity. And then what are they? Fucking bungo, fucking gum guy going on here. I forget his name. Oh shit! Actually, if I do this, what's his name again? Let me hover over this. Does it tell me? I can't, hovering over it does not tell me. It does in Twitch. It does not tell me in YouTube. I forget what that name is. It's bungo something. It's bungo something. Anyway, 2 battle. Yeah, this first tier is probably going to be against bots, if I had to guess. Even why maybe this is going really fast with searching, because it's going up against bots. So I'm just going to hightail push it and just try to get as much XP as possible. I don't know if they do the same thing as World of Warships, where like once your tank dies or your vehicle dies, you can just go to a new game and try with a new one. Or if it goes back to the old metric of World of Warships, where you had to wait for that match to end before you can use that same ship again. So I don't know if you need to wait for this match to end before you can use your tank again. Which, if so, my research is still on that main tank, so I can still swap over to my LVA if I needed to. Yeah, middle tier is toxic. I like to stay with the low battle rating vehicles because of the historical stuff. Yeah, I know once you're starting to get to like the mid game of most of these war games, like let's 2 battle response 3. I get 3 respawns. Okay. Like Warthunder, World of Warships, World of Tanks, or War of Docks, people get very, very nationalistic. And they start to, I don't know, be theater kids. Okay, trees do slow you down. Good to know. In arcade, you can respawn, and realistically, you have to get kills to get points to respawn. I wasn't. Oh shit! I was looking at chat. You just fucking jumped that shit. Can we ramp it? Quote from Smitty. Can we ramp it? Yes, we can. Ramp that shit. What do we got for tanks here, though? Do I got something out in the distance? Can I barely see over? It's not coming down. It's not coming down. I want to see if I can look over the hill, keep my front side to them. They're gonna be over that hill. Let's back up a little bit. And then maybe I'm not seeing any tanks. Can I zoom in? I can with a little bit with my mouse. Hang on, I need options, controls. Where's my controls? Controls. Camera control. Gamepad aim acceleration delay, mouse wheel multiplier. Sure, whatever. 100%. I don't know if that was the right choice. I might need like vertical sensitivity movement or something. Z to zoom. Z to zoom. Ah. Thank you. Oh shit. Can we ramp it? I will deform this beachhead and I will make my way. Is there a boost? Damn it. Get some air. Let's get some momentum. Jesus Christ. I didn't think my autism would strike so that hard. Try a different beachhead. This beach, Normandy is not working. Let's try Bismarck. Yeah. Z to zoom. We are on low latency today. So there should only be a 5 to 10 second delay between your message and when I'm able to see it. Which means there is now a less delay of when you send your message and I'm capable of being not retarded enough to read it. B for binoculars. Keep giving me hints. I hear tank off to my right. Drift it. Into the side, insta kill. Let's go, fuck you bots. Oh my God, bots get demolished. Look at that snipe kill. We're going, baby, we're going. Gonna hit you one? I don't know, I don't think so. Let's try not to give them an undershot, right? Let's try to go in, not drift, let's give ourselves a little bit of cover. A little bit of cover. They're shooting at me. I hear their fire. Boom. Tracks. Ow. No, fuck you. From above, from above, from behind, from behind. Into their ass, penetrate them, penetrate their ass. On fire, baby, you got the crabs. I'm being fired at from behind. Good thing they're bots, let's get that free XP, baby. He's still alive, I drifted right into the rock. This would definitely kill me. Oh, this would definitely kill me if it was a PvP match, but let's use the bots to our advantage. The fact that they can't hit too well and hit their under armor. Does that actually just bounce it down? What if I put it right into the middle? Right into the middle where it can't bounce off. Yeah, thank you bots for the free kills. Right into the armor where it can't bounce off. He's dead. Armor where it can't bounce off. I'll take the easy kills to start off with, Mr. Bots. Thank you very much. Let's put our front side to them so it bounces off of them. Off of them, I see that. It hurt their crew. Their crew is down. B for not binoculars. Can I fire with my binoculars? No, I cannot fire with my binoculars, but I can fire with zoom. I cannot fire with zoom. My turret is down. My turret is down. I actually can't even fire. Extinguish fire. My place and team. Second place. I can actually turn off the fire. My engines are out. My tracks are out. I saw messages retract there, and YouTube actually, funny enough, does not allow me. I don't know how you guys retract messages. I've never been able to retract messages in chat before. Is that a thing that I need to change? Do I need to remove your ability? Do I need to remove the ability for chatters to remove their messages? Because I want to see your fuck-ups. I want to see your fuck-ups. I want to see your corrections, damn it. I thought they were real people. No, from what I can tell, I mean, the way that they're playing, they gotta be bots. But from what I can assume, I thought I was going into live multiplayer, which I think I am. But it's the same like World of Warships, where like the first like 4 tiers are like half bots. Even like tier 5, you might still find half bots. It really isn't until like mid tiers that you find people are not bots. But I have just went to fire. My aim should be a little bit better. What does artillery squirt? A possibility of making a call for fire and an indicator square. An indicator square. Why am I hiccuping? Okay. Purchase all for 250. Let's look at. Why am I hiccuping? Let's look at the prices. Right? Okay. Honestly, not that bad. From what I can tell right off the bat, right? Just to get a starter vehicle, 250 for a very starter vehicle. If you were to spend $7 after tax for 1,000, as a newer player, you would assume that you can probably purchase 2 to 3 vehicles. If you are someone who doesn't know gaming, you might say 4, 250 for each. Obviously, that's a lie. But if you are an avid gamer, you would probably know that probably buys you 2 vehicles, maybe a third, and you'll have a little bit extra left over to purchase, I don't know, attributes or armaments. Ooh, the Tism is strong at midnight. Wow. God, why is my stuttering coming through so goddamn prominent? My lexicon is still there, apparently, but my stuttering is on retard level. But $7 for that, that's not bad, right? But then 2,500. Let's do a little bit of conversion here. Let's do a little conversion here. Let me pull up my calculator. I'm going backwards, and yet, God, that's the worst I think I've ever seen that. And yet I'm made to believe I'm moving forwards. That is terrible. Why am I singing bad right now while I'm on stream? B is for brain because I've got brain damage from deranged insane. I got cerebral like a cabbage. If I were to display capture and then let's say primary monitor. Let's just turn that on for a second. So we have 1,000 divided by 6.6. About 151 tokens per USD. we were to do, what did I just say? Hang on, what did I just say? I already forgot that. I already forgot. 151, 151, 151, 151, 151, 151, 151, 151, 151, 151. Okay, so it's the same thing. At the person game, minimizing browser, automatic open to the page that says menu. Okay, that's the same thing. 151, 5151515151551. 6.6. 153. So, if I were to get, let's say, 3,000 divided by 6.6, 454. So I would have to spend, what was that, 19.2 or something like that, $19.8 for 3,000. Well, let's say here. I mean, 3.3, right? 6.6 times 2 plus 3.3 is $16.5. So that's the same thing as 2,500. And 16.5 times 2 is 33, which is the same thing as 5,000. 33 times 2 is 66. So, that they were real people. The most annoying tank here is the BMPT. There is in the Soviet tree, which is funny because I watched the Ukrainian war. Like every single day, I keep up to date with the Ukrainian war. That is an autism thing that if people press me on that, I can talk lengths about in the Ukrainian government and their front lines and the attrition of the Russian troops, and which a lot of people forget that the Ukrainian war is still going on. It's actually World War III that people never fucking talk about. But the Russian tanks are fucking atrocious. They're good on paper, but Jesus Christ, in action, the things are rusted out buckets of pure mayhem that are literally just there. Like the BMPs, the tanks, and everything that Russia has is literally just there to deliver 20 guys that are all stationed on the side of the fucking tank as they deliver them to the front line. They take the first hit, 5 of them immediately fucking die, or they blow up the ammunition, the whole fucking tank blows up, and the entire goddamn crew dies, and their offensive fails, which happens literally on the goddamn daily. I've seen so many dead bodies. But like, I've seen so many limbs. Jesus Christ, there is a lot. The limbs go everywhere. Like when you see those games where like your limbs just pop off, like in like a, just in, like beat the boss type of game. It's real. Your limbs just pop off. I've seen so many bodies, and like it cannot be good for my mental health. But the BMPs, they're atrocious. On paper, they're good. But by realistic concept, the fact that they've been sitting in storage for the past like 15 to 20 years, completely rusted out and inoperable, they send these fuckers to the front line and just get blown up immediately by a single goddamn ATAM, striker drone, or anything to do with like an ATAV or like any other modern Western tank. Just immediately blows them up in a single fucking hit. And they hit them with a main shell. It's not even a bounce off scenario. They just fucking die. Then why does Ukraine still use the T-72? They primarily, because they are in the same aspect as Russia is. As so much as the western part of the world, or even central part of the world, does not like to talk. I don't really know how, I guess I do know how to define East and West and Central. Whatever. Europe is basically Central, America is West, and Europe and Asia is East. But because Ukraine, it is so dumb. God, we back in, what was it, the 1970s, 1980s, we gave Ukraine a ultimatum of deal. Give up all your nuclear weapons and we will give you all of our weapons if you ever come underneath war. And the war happens, and the US is like, sorry, yeah, the deal that we made with you 50 years ago, null and void. You don't get our weapons anymore. Sorry. We're gonna give you the things that are inside our museum. And Ukraine's over there like, we're gonna pull all of our shit out of our museum. You're giving us stuff from your museum? Like, my brother in Christ, we were out here fighting with goddamn 1942 fucking tanks at the front line up against like up against other T-72s. And we're running along with this shit of like, we're running with this shit with like a fucking M2A4. Like Ukraine is running the same problems, that they just do not have the equipment. And when but the thing is, the difference between the Ukrainian government front lines and the Russian front lines, Russia will take that T-72. Hello there, Surgeon GXL. Greatly appreciate you. Sorry, we're on a little bit of a tangent right now between Russia and Ukraine. Because we're Warthunder, obviously. You started talking about tanks and T-72 and stuff like that. Yeah, you should be able to see the chat history there. For the ultimate betrayal, yeah. But the thing is that here's the difference between the two sides. Russia will take their T-72 because Ukraine and Russia basically have the same equipment to start off with, you know, and also for the first like 2 years until recently, that actually got to put a lot of it into action, like the javelins and drones and stuff like that. But Russia and Ukraine are both using T-72s. Russia uses the T-72s to push their front line, drop off 20 soldiers, have 5 of them die, and the other 15 rush into the trenches, and then also and then subsequently become meat lines. But if the 20 soldiers manage to take out like the 2 Ukrainian defenders, Ukraine will lose ground, but Russia will lose like 15 men and have 5 left. Because Russia has the manpower. They do the meat waves. They have the manpower. They've already lost 1 million soldiers, like 1.3 million soldiers. Ukraine has lost 600,000. That is like 405. That's like a 700, 600,000, at least a bare minimum difference of 500,000, 500,000 people lost in this war. But the thing is, Ukraine might have 3 or 2 soldiers defending the goddamn front line with drones and light machine guns and javelins and shit and all the best equipment and thermals. But Russia will just fucking rush them. Russia will rush. They will rush B with like fucking 20 soldiers. And yeah, they might all die, but like if just a few of them get through, it's ground gained, right? So that's the thing. Ukraine will use the T-72s on the back line to give supporting fire. Like, hey, you can't hit me from here with your RPGs and your bullshit mines and grenades. I'm gonna sit back like 400 yards and throw a goddamn 40mm cannon at you or 37mm cannon at you non-stop. And then they'll retreat as soon as they know that the front line collapsed. So yeah, Ukraine will use the tanks more so as supporting artillery and or cover fire, suppression fire, while Russia will use the tanks to literally blow up and just to deliver men closer to the front line. Which, as much as we can hate on them for that, again, if you have like 10 times the population of Ukraine, look, I mean, like 15 soldiers dying, but 5 soldiers taking the front, and you lost a tank along the process, is probably more commendable to them than fucking worrying about just trying to save their soldiers' lives, right? So, yeah, Turtle. For real, the ultimate betrayal, Turtle. So Ukraine still relies on T-72 rather than Western tanks, exactly. Well, yeah, because they have to. They do not have the equipment. As much as we talk about this, you know, 10 billion to fucking Israel, or I'm sorry, 10 billion to Ukraine, which are the fucking Jews anyway. But like, as much as we talk about putting all this money into Ukraine, and a lot of it is mostly just in military equipment, it's still nothing. I don't think people understand. Let me get started here while we're talking. I'm hitting escape here. Processing. Okay, do battle. Here's the thing. I don't think people understand how the wars are actually fought. They think that it's actually like trench line warfare, World War II type shit. It's really not. Like, sometimes the trench lines will be like a mile between each other, and they're just throwing drones at each other and seeing who can out operations the other is really what it's all about. Because Ukraine has superior tactics, has superior equipment, has superior knowledge, has superior drone technology, has superior everything. But they have 1/10 the population of Russia. I don't know if that's a real statistic, but I know that Russia is close to the realm of like what, like fucking like 800 million people, and Ukraine has like what, 200 million or 300 million or some shit. I don't know. I forget the numbers, but it's a lot. Right? So I mean, like, when it comes to the front lines, yeah, they have to use the T-72s, but that's what I was saying, is that Russia uses the T-72s to rush the front lines. That's why Russia is quite literally having an extreme tank, artillery, and everything crisis right now. because Russia has actually run out of equipment. They don't have any self-propelled artillery left over. Like, everything that they have on the front line is what they have. Tanks go the same, and everything else. And, like, they're BMPs. Like, they don't have any equipment left. Ukraine does still have the equipment left because, again, Russia will use their tanks to put their men towards the front line and blow up. Ukraine will use it as cover fire. Ukraine will throw things from a mile away and says, here's your cover fire. We just blew up like 10 of them. You got to take out the other 10. And Ukraine's like 2 defenders will be like, sorry, we can't take out the other 10. We're retreating. That's fine. You know, Ukraine might kill 15 soldiers, but 5 of them get through. And Ukraine might lose 1 or 2 soldiers, but they got to retreat. So yeah, Ukraine does still use older technology, but they use it more of supportive cover rather than frontline stuff. The only stuff that actually, that's why anytime we hear about actual Ukrainian tanks being blown up nowadays, the only time we actually ever hear about that is because they had like an M1A or an M1A2 Abrams blow up. The reason being is because they use all the modern tanks and modern technology stuff on the front lines, because everything that is old is not good. So everything else that is old, they pull back from the front lines. They pull back away from it. Right? And everything new and modern and good goes to the front lines, because obviously it's good, it's modern, it's new, it does a lot of damage, it can hold up a lot. But that in itself is already showmanship of how good the tactics of the Ukrainian army is. I'm hitting a lot of these slanted armors. I need to hit. There we go. Good thing these are AI, because I definitely would have blown up by now. I'm just hitting these fuckers randomly because it is mostly AI that I know that I'm up against. I'm trying to hit the various, the non-sloped parts of the armor. So it doesn't bounce off and actually goes in between the crevices. I'm aiming for the crevices is what I'm doing. I think I see one other person behind me. Oh, you're still alive, fucker? Oh, right over his shell. There we go. Oh my Christ. Holy AI. But yeah, I mean, even recently, Ukraine was like, yeah, if we want to actually go after Crimea and do a landing operation, they only have about 30% of the supplies that are needed to actually do so. Like, at this point, the only reason the war has not ended is because we consistently are using Ukraine as a battleground to test our new military equipment. Like, we're using Ukraine as a point of which to test our drone technology, which I don't think a lot of people remember, which I do see your chats there. We'll get to them in a second. Don't worry, I've not forgotten about you. Which a lot of people forget that, remember in like Philadelphia and New York and New Jersey and those other areas that are primarily near the main epicenters of military technology and development, which a lot of the testing does go on usually in the Midwest and or mountain time. Sometimes the bigger, most procured stuff happen over there on the East Coast of the U.S. But remember when we had a whole bunch of drones that the government would never comment on? Remember when we were shooting down Chinese balloons and we made a big hubbub about that? But the news suddenly forgot about the fact that what are these strange lights that are hovering above all of our major cities that have like 6 propulsion jet engines pushing out air on the bottom side that seem to act like a headquarters center of drone technology? Why do we have a absolute monolith of black and stealth technology quite literally in full video footage hovering above our city right now in the age of drone technology? Why do we have that monolith of jet engines hovering above our main metropolitan centers of the United States of America? Oh, Chinese balloons! Shoot down the balloons! Ignore the giant monoliths of black hovering above New York City that sounds like Avengers-style fucking crisis. Balloons from China! China. Yeah, no, we have amazing drone technology that we have not put forth anywhere. The sad fact is, I think that we as America probably have superior technology in terms of drones, of what they're capable of doing, but we're not able to mass produce them in quick succession like Ukraine can for regular frontline availability. We have things that are available to us in terms of actual dire straits of actual headquarter transition, like radio transmitting fucking main hub, like mothership, which is basically being tested above there in our eastern cities a few years back, of drone technology that can probably wipe out an entire city block of like 100 drones being released from a mothership. We already know that it's capable of, but it does not apply to a wide open front that needs mass surveillance of enemy troop movement and quick succession of drone strike capability of things available in the area. We're mostly available of, as America, of mass strike capability. We're not good at small arms capability. Let's read chat here. Exactly. Russia pop for 143 million. One pop, it gave me an auto translation. One pop 36,000. LOL. I don't know what one pop 36,000 is, but Russia. Let me look this up right now. Actually, I'll just solve this because this is not a game that mutes sound when I move away from it. I'm just using my headset right now. I'm not using my regular microphone. Population. We're getting into 143 million, like you were saying. 143 million. Ukraine population. 104. Ukraine population is 36 to 39, so let's say 38 million. So 38, 38, 38, 38, 38, 38, 38, 38, 38, 38, 38, 38, 38, 38, 30. I have to keep instant this, or else I'm going to forget. 143, no, 38, 38, 38, 38, 38, 38, 38. Okay. I forgot that I have display capture on. So, yeah, Russia has almost 4 times the amount of population. Like, it just goes to back what I was saying, like 2 to like 5 or 2 to 3 Ukrainian soldiers, but 20 Russian soldiers. 15 of them may be injured and die, but 5 of them make it to the front, and they claim that as victory. Which in of itself technically is. It is a victory. They do get their ground gains. But when Russia can spend 3.7 not million, but 3.7, like they essentially have like 80 million, 100 million people extra to expend. And also with the indoctrination of the Russian economy and Russian like political structure of just being able to nab people, like you would not be able to get away with that in the US or Europe or anywhere like that. That's like Russia is going exactly back to like 1940s like 9 type of fucking tactics. Like Putin is probably soon to like croak. The oligarchs are getting really pissed with him. The economy of Russia is just fucking collapsing through the goddamn roof, but really not as fast as we would like. So honestly, if this were to continue on, I foresee this war going on for like another like 3.5 to like 2.5 years before Russia ever actually gets to the point of complete collapse. But I honestly don't know if Ukraine can hold on that long. Ukraine is closer to collapse and political strife of just calling a peace deal. Not necessarily collapse. I would say Ukraine is closer to a political shift of going with a party that would be more idealized with the idea of just calling a peace deal and going about their 2 ways. Before Russia ever collapses, Russia is not going to change their political party. Russia is going to collapse ever before anything changes, right? So Ukraine might have a political structure shift of terms of their ideals, but Russia will collapse. Now, the real question is, are the ideals of Ukraine going to hold out long enough? Because the problem with Russia is, while we're still talking here, how do I exit out of this shit? There's no X. I'm hitting escape. How do I? Okay. I don't know what I just purchased, but to battle. here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Russia is basically like, we want all Ukraine, we want all of Donbass, we want all of Prussia, we want all of capital, we want all of Black Sea, we want, do not worry, declare, we will obtain everything of Ukraine. And Ukraine's over here like, hey, we still own like 90% of the territory that you're asking for, and also the territories that you are asking for are in active collapse. So we don't want to give up everything to be under Russia again. And Russia's like, oh, you do not want to submit to Russian rule. We will give you everything that we have to offer. We will give you bread lines. We will give you no electronic infrastructure. But we will give you nuke confidence. You will be new Belarus. Do not worry. It's just like, why? Like, what does Ukraine or its people have to gain from going to Russia? Nothing. At all. Russia has bread lines again. It's like the 9th time that they've had bread lines. Their economic collapse completely. Ukraine has nothing to gain from just conceding completely to Russia. There's nothing. There's no point to. So even if they have a political shift, I don't really see any point of why Ukraine would ever submit to Russia. So, like, the war is just destined to keep on going on. So I think that Ukraine might lose a lot more land in the political shift. I don't think that they would necessarily outright lose. I think that Russia is more likely to completely collapse ever before Ukraine ever actually loses. They're going to have another Prigozhinov like situation where they're gonna have people marching on their goddamn capital, which I thought for real was going to be the main like kicker there, but Prigozhinov, I guess, pussied out, probably had his family threatened or some shit like that, or got promised like, you know, generational wealth type of thing, and then he gave up on it. But you know, the leader of the Wagner, and then he got assassinated in his plane that no one again ever talks about. It just seems to have gotten completely forgotten. Prigozhinov, you know, the main facilitator and leader of the rebellion against Russia, was suddenly, you know, shot out of the air. The only civilian plane to ever be shot out of the air in this war was Prigozhinov. Yeah. Neat. Wonder how that happened. Real funny. And by Russian anti-air. And they claim, we do not know what happened. It was miscalculation. We're sorry. We do not know. He died. So sorry. We do not know. He's goodbye. It makes no goddamn sense. Damn, he lived? Die, you fucker. Die. Oh, are you weak there? Are you weak there? You are weak there. Straight into the engine bay. Extinguish fire. But it's there. I think even if Ukraine has a political strife change, that Russia is more likely to completely collapse ever before Ukraine actually. I'm about to die here. Before Ukraine ever actually move, you fuck. I know I'm disrepaired right now. Hold F to start repairing ground. Oh, okay. I see. You cannot move during tank repair. That is noted. And once the technology is applied in the battlefield, it is only a matter of time before a counter to it is developed and a new technique becomes obsolete to less effective, which is 10 times better in Western technology. Like, the only half the, if not 99% of the reason, the only reason the war has continued on is because the U.S. consistently gets, like, battlefield experience and technology learning. Like, we've not had a full frontal line war like this literally ever since the 1951 or the fuck the peace deal was signed with Germany. We've not had actual combat experience with real frontline technology since 70 years ago. 7 decades. Yeah, you got Iranian war and shit like that. Fuck, you can hit with a goddamn bottle of water and they might be still confused on what the fuck that is in the Middle East, right? You could show them a goddamn factory and they will be confused by this, like, intrinsic, like, you know, processes of how a gun is made in mass, fabrication. They have no concept of it. The Middle East is completely, obviously they do. I'm not being completely racist here towards the Middle East, but like they're basically useless, right? We could throw them technology from the 1940s again, and the Middle East would have fallen by the simple aspect that we are so large as a company and powerful, or not as a company, but as a nation, and we're so powerful, right? So that's whatever. But we've not had a real frontal war. Even Vietnam, I guess Vietnam was the 1970s, I suppose. Which I guess was, what, 1972 or something like that? Which I guess we got a little bit of battlefield experience with that. But beyond that, I apologize, I was probably shouting over a little bit of the game. But beyond that, we've not had real combat experience for at least then 50 years. So yeah, we're in the modern age where we have like super transistors and components and stuff like that, and drone technology, and we have Space Force and satellites. It's so much different from that long ago. Right now, we are using Ukraine as a test grounds for like operating our conjunction between Space Force and Air Force and the Navy, because Space Force, Space Force is transitioning and looking at the ground aspects of everything that's, secret launches and stuff by SpaceX and whatnot, and also Boeing. They're looking at the overall battlefield from, they can see probably your license plate literally from space, and then they're telling that to the Air Force, and the Air Force is getting, live updates on where the Russian Navy is, or if their own Navy, or our own Navy, needs to be in placement to blockade the Russian Navy. Make sure we go hold the Mediterranean so that the Russian Navy doesn't try to move out of the Black Sea, or something of the sort, maybe to the south of Turkey and to the north of Iran, or Israel, which we're in that waters, so we hold those grounds with our aircraft carriers. So of course Russia's not going to move through. And stuff like that, right? So we're using it as a testing grounds more than anything, because we're now trying to get an idea of how all of our technologies actually work on a real frontal line. Because this isn't just another Middle Eastern war of weird fucking ragtag goddamn terrorists that exist in the goddamn sandlands. This is now actual, like, tree lines and waterways and rivers and dams being blown up, and nuclear reactors are at stake, and we have air bases, we have strip lines, we have logistics, we have bridges, we have everything that the Middle East does not have, necessarily, at least in real context of value, compared to a actual European war that is not only it being Ukraine, but also Russia. Russia is one of our primary adversaries in the world in general, right? So it would dictate that we obviously want to get as much battle knowledge as possible against them, because not only is this also overextending Russia, this also means, because of the fact that it is overextending Russia, that it also means that it is overextending China. China is getting more grounds into Russia by large swaths of economic availability and interest and investments and companies and overall population migration. But like, China is getting a huge boon from this. But they would have had a bigger boon if they were to suddenly go after Taiwan and had a Russia behind them that didn't have a Ukrainian war. But because if they have had a Ukrainian war, who does China have to rely on? Who's China's allies? Nobody. Hang on, let's look at chat here. I heard that Su-757 shot down MiG-29, or Su-27. Is that claim true? I don't know. I've not heard anything about a 57 or a MiG-29. I heard about a an F-32 shooting down a Su-57 that happened maybe like a week or two ago, and we also heard that Poland shot down 3 drones. And not Poland. There was another country over there. What is that country called? While we're searching here, here, Europe map countries. Hang on now. Europe map countries. Let's turn off display capture. Let's just go back to game capture. What's that country called? Let me zoom in here. Romania. Romania actually just got struck by a Russian drone, more so because the Russian drone hit a Ukrainian supply point that was going through Romania. That happened. F-32. I'm sorry. Maybe I misspoke, but I'm really bad with remembering names. I imagine a lot of my information in my head, but I'm really bad at remembering names of things in general, like people's names, object names, whatever the fuck, all that fuck. But the American main military aircraft, I forget. It's another fucking like letter and number. I'm being a bad representation of this in general, but I probably should know this a little bit better. What do we got here? How much did Ukraine lose part of its territory? I mean, overall, I think they've lost. I don't have the numbers on hand, but I would guess like maybe like 30. Oh shit. Oh hey, we have actual human players. Hey yo, we got actual human players. Okay, I see here. I actually have to try a little bit here. I think they lost like 37% or something like that, but a lot of that was also. No, a lot of that is also Crimea, which I'm surprised that we ever let the Crimean thing go. Like the way that they just completely annexed that territory is just ridiculous that we ever let that go. But a lot of that's Crimea. But like Ukraine, like. I don't know the exact numbers, but Russia might make, like, let's say, I don't know, just for ease. These are not the numbers at all. Let's just say for ease of numbers. Let's say that Russia moves 1,000 kilometers. Ukraine will push back like 900 kilometers. Right, is a thing. That Russia, like any games that they make are very slick. And basically at this point, I think the calculations were that if Russia wanted to actually conquer all of Ukraine at this point, they would have to have moved. It's going to take them like 14 or 15 years to conquer all of Ukraine at the rate that they're going right now. Some shit like that. Basically, also, right now I'm using a tank as cover, which is actually probably superb. Just die right now, please. I'm going to have to strike by actual gameplay here. Z to zoom, Z to zoom. I can't quite see him. I can't quite see through the fire, but I hear fire off to my right. I can't quite see him. I'll look at chat here in a second. I'm looking at the game. Z to zoom. Over to here, I see a target. It looks like he blew up. There's another to take out his tracks. That's fine. Let's get right in the crevice. No, a little bit too high. He's still dead. That's fine. Look off to my right. Extinguish, extinguish, extinguish. What was it? F or Q? Shit, I'm dead. Getting half distracted here now. Oh, no, not top fans. Dave didn't need him after they were done with him. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he served his purpose, more or less. LVT. Okay, this one's be a little bit different. Okay, looks like we're actually getting into the different tanks now. After the march to Moscow, is the Iran ceasefire valid? No. No. We're stuck in another goddamn forever war. Like, I don't support Trump. I do support the Republican Party and half of their ideals. I just know that I don't support really anything that the Democrats stand for. And I stand for, like, what, half of what the Republican Party is for. So I guess that makes me Republican probably by any other sense. Even though I don't necessarily consider myself Republican, but it's probably what I'm considered at this point, I suppose. But I don't support Trump because he really... We just got another goddamn Biden, except that he's crazy. Instead of being senile, we just got crazy. I have no idea what I just blew up. I see stuff over there. Like, he just recently called the Strait of Hormuz a territory of America. Whatever happened to Greenland, and I don't know, Venezuela is pretty fucking cool. I don't know why we're not just going balls to the wall with Iran. Like, why are we stuck in another goddamn forever war? Like, oh Jesus. F. Okay, F. F, 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 F. R, F. Jesus. I'm repairing. I can't do much. Now I'm dead. God, he's fucking. I don't know. Like, we were already bombing the hell out of Iran. Why are we not just using our military might as America to actually bomb the fuck out of them? I'm sorry, not even 20 years ago, we had Project Desert Storm, where we took out every single piece of their anti-air technology, all of their harbors, and literally like 75% of their military infrastructure in a single, or not single, but in like 2 or 3 days. Why are we not capable of that now? It's because now we're held down by bureaucrats. The fact that they don't want this to become a huge, gigantic war where we just exhaust all of our reserves in a single instance. So they want to play the long con game of using this against the president. It's not, at this point, it's not even Trump. It's just using it against, quote unquote, the president. You know, now we're stuck in this goddamn forever war with the Strait of Hormuz, which is probably the largest playing card in all of world economics possible of trade, because Iran is like, oh, we're going to tax every single person that comes through, which is going to inflate the prices of every single item ever around the world. Either they go through the Hormuz, or they go around the Horn of Africa. So either way, that's going to inflate prices everywhere. Or B, America just actually gains control, like liberates half of their naval yards and just does it. Either that or blows up everything in a napalm fire, Vietnam style, upon every little piece of the naval yard, so we can have like some semblance of peace for the next like 2 years or maybe a year before Iran builds up again. Like, we're just stuck in this forever war. If we pull out, Iran is going to cause a tax that's going to be permanent on everything, at least for American goods, at the very least. Like, okay, yeah, we're going to call it a peace deal, but you, as America, now have to pay the tax. And if you don't pay the tax, you're going to have to go around the Cape of Africa, which is still, no matter what, either way, going to increase the price. Or B, we just fucking decimate all of Africa, or all of the Middle East of Iran straight into the glass realms of, like, the Singhili of Halo, and we just straight up burn their entire civilization down to the ground. There is absolutely going to be no way of actually stopping Iran. Iran, I will say, without going into large explanations, Iran is full of terrorists that hate the West. No, let me reiterate that. Iran is just full of people who hate the West. I'm not going to say terrorists, because the thing is, if I had my daily life being bombed by another country, watch my loved ones burn alive, and also at the same time have my government try to consistently like press rules and regulations upon me to the adherence to Abdul or whatever the fuck, with the idea of also being portrayed that you need to die to have your 72 virgins to excel to your great godhood of heaven or whatever the fuck as Allah. Yeah, you know what? I really cannot put it past them that they might think it's all right to go blow themselves up in the middle of America, or cause another 9/11 when the entirety of their livelihood has been decimated by that country. So I don't know if yeah, they're terrorists, definitely, but like, I wouldn't define them all as that, but I understand why they would. So unless we glass their entire country and take hold of it and make it into like a second Israel, they've been given another $10 billion to, then like, honestly, there's no escape from this. There's no escape. Am I researching these? Hang on, spend, that's fine. What am I doing with research here? You know, sadly, Sudan is about to have another massacre. Another city is about to be taken. Yeah, we don't care about Sudan. Sorry, it doesn't affect America, so Sudan doesn't matter. W. Sorry, as much as that's harsh to say, if a country's own internal strifes does not affect America, we don't give a fuck. we might have like 5 oil depots in that region, and we might have like 20 soldiers per like oil depot defending it. But as long as you don't fuck with us, we don't fuck with you. We don't care about the fact that Ethiopia, or, you know, the area of what would be Ethiopia, is actually the world's largest massacre ever since World War II. The fact that they have actually desecrated and killed and raped millions of people because over the idea of who's more black. You know, the good old theory odd parents of, I'm more gray than you're gray. I'm the grayest of grayest. Over there, they're quite literally fighting over the idea of, like, who is the truest black. You're like a dark black, but I'm like a crimson black. Like, okay, so you're gonna kill 1.2 million people over that. Which I'm sure is more actually ingrained than that. Like, they got cultural issues, but, like, that's the world's largest genocide happening right now. But guess what? Doesn't affect America. So, you know, fuck you. Doesn't matter, sorry. You don't got enough oil for us to give a fuck. You leave our oil fields alone. Cool. You can shoot each other 100 yards that way. We're gonna stand here and film it. Get clipped on, I don't know, WikiLeaks. So who started the Middle East? Hang on, let's get started. Hang on. Pause. What am I doing with research here? So research. What do you mean convert? M2A2, processing information. So I need golden eagles to convert XP from that one to this one. So I still need M222. So I'm still researching this, right? Why did I just hit research now? Were my past matches not researching that? Or I think now the research is going into it. So we still got to play more matches. We might be up against human players. I'm not really going to play that mindful of human players because we're still so low rank that, you know, there might be 1 or 2 human players, but there still will be, like, you know, 6 other bots. So I'll just play off the concept of bots, right? W. So who started the Middle East War in 2025? Which one? Like, I don't mean that even as a joke, Majestic. Which one? Because, I'm sorry, but the Middle East has been in war ever since the goddamn Holy Crusades, the Roman Empire, in the fucking, like, what was it, like 1400s or 1300s or some shit like that? I don't know, fuck. The Middle East has always been in war. I swear to God, like, the Middle East has always been in war. I don't think there's been a time frame ever in any of the past, like, fucking eons that the Middle East has not been in war. Which I understand half, and I don't understand half. One half I don't understand because, like, stop. No one is winning. No one is winning. No one is taking more territory. As soon as you take that territory, it's contested, and you don't get a lot of reasons. No one is winning any territory. Just stop. No one is winning. Everyone is losing. Like, honestly, the first country to just fucking say, all right, we done, is probably going to become like the goddamn UAE, United fucking Emirates or some shit. They become like the UAE, where they just suddenly, or even Sudan. Sudan is actually been excelling in the economic, we were just talking about the massacre, but Sudan has been doing fucking fantastic in the economic, you know, world of forum or the shit. They've been doing great. They've been capitalizing. Because it turns out they just said, fuck Iran, fuck Iraq. We're done with that shit. And they just started focusing on themselves. Been working great. You know, yeah, there's a genocide about to happen, but yeah, it's the Middle East. You know, it's the Middle East. It's the Middle East. If you don't have a genocide or two, what is it? It's not the Middle East. You know, it's like out here in America. You know, if you don't fire off a, gun or two, or can you really call yourself American? Oh shit, I got the goddamn Chinese on my side. Xing Kong, Gumbang, Yang. Hey, let me drop some fucking jewelry real quick. Xing Kong. Close enough. Fuck is even going on? What was he even talking about? Yeah, what's the Middle East if they don't have a genocide or two? But, like, you know, America, it's like, you gotta fire off a pistol or two if you're not American. Alright? But, like, Sudan's been doing great. you know, it's still been doing good. UAE, shit, it's a tiny little country in the goddamn fucking Arabia that has nothing but water surrounded by them, so they have all the fertile land available to them. Yeah, no wonder they're doing fantastic. You know, they're figuring it out. They're like, hey, we got resources here. Why don't you buy shit from us? And America's like, I bet. F. Damn it. Okay, I'm hitting his Under Armour. Yeah, no, that's figured. There's three. There's like 3 against 1. Can I see that again? Actually, where did he hit me on my armor? Ah, well, too late. So who started the Middle Eastern war? Again, yeah, I don't know. Whatever, which one? Pick one. Greenland should be ours as a strategic standpoint. You know, can I not fire? This is I wanted to shoot him. Jesus, there's so much I can talk about. It's saying, hang on, I got the Chinese on my side. I gotta play well. That's another huge topic. I'll get to Greenland next. Which also, hey, I will say this is something I can talk about while I'm mindlessly playing tanks mode. I actually do really appreciate you guys actually chatting. Like I really do. I'm a small time creator. You know, yeah, 15.3K subs. It's tiny. You know, until we get to like 100,000 or. From where? Oh, explode out in all directions. Agromanical. Oh, okay. Was that not our ally that I was looking at? I thought that was our ally. Must not have been. But I do really greatly appreciate you guys actually chatting. It does actually. I love the interaction. Like this is what my own personal self. I'm just chatting here while I'm trying to play tanks until we get to, you know, the main menu where I can chat a whole lot more. Switch my ADHD and getting distracted and all that shit. I can talk about a fucking 1,000 topics. As long as you guys keep it chatting, I just keep on talking about different topics. I keep on. It just keeps on changing my mind. I can't help it. Damn, that's a big explosion. Shit, damn, what the fuck you could blow up? Damn, brother. Ow. What's it talking about again? Oh, right. I do greatly appreciate you guys actually chatting. Don't ever think because if I'm not reading your chat in time, that is because I fucking hate you or something. I mean, that's already a given. I do. But it's like a love-hate relationship. Z! Did that work? You know, it's how it basically always is with creators. Right? You love your audience, but at the same time you don't. Can I not move this? Fire? Fire. Fire. I cannot fire. Sarman 81. Damn, that hit right my crevice, and then it took out my engine, looks like. But no, I appreciate everyone who's always talking. I appreciate the conversation. It really does keep me engaged. I love to see you guys talking in the Discord even if it's just saying hello. Guaranteed I will probably respond within the day. Usually right away. But like, no, I love it. I love it. Keeps me talking. But I think we're back to the hair. I'm still just kind of just playing to get to the second tier. There's probably 10 times more things that I could be doing better, but I'm just kind of playing. Let's look at chat here. Yeah, Greenland should be ours as strategic glass to sand people land. True shit. I know that these messages are probably like 20 minutes old at this point, but I apologize. This is actually what I want. I love having to say that I'm just getting to your messages. Like that makes me happy. You know, Greenland should be ours as a strategic standpoint. No, I mean, that's the thing though, is that here's where I differ as a personality. my own personal beliefs and ideals are mostly structured off of reality, of what is actually most likely to happen. What is the real conversation? What is the thing that people on Populist probably say? What is the most realized? I just realized I'm walking around and talking now. I should probably be on camera so my VR fucking avatar can. I base mostly around reality. I understand the nationalistic concept of the fact that Greenland would not want to suddenly become America because they like their European free, like in the concept of not Denmark. I'm sorry, Denmark in itself should probably apply because it's still there. I played too much Hearthfire 4. But Greenland, what's the population? I know it's very, very small. Very, very small. Greenland population. 56,000 people to 50, like its range is 56 to 57,000 according to the AI, right? If I 56,200 and something. So 56,000 people. 56,000 people. An entire country. I think Greenland counts as a country, right? Like it is its own country, I believe, right? It's not. Is it just like a? Is it a territory of Denmark? Because I know it's protected by Denmark. It's like a protectorate, like territory of Denmark. But is it its own country? Okay, I wonder about that. Hang on, let me look that up. It's yeah, Greenland, its own country. Does it? Greenland is not its own independent country, nor is it a simple country. It is an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark. So that's what I thought. It's a protectorate. Autonomous it means it's a protectorate. Basically which means that Denmark will protect Greenland if it had any problems. Like they are more or less the same country. It's just that Greenland does not subjugate to the governmental taxations and right deals of the Denmark government. It just does its own localized things. But basically, yeah. Wait, hang on. So what is the of a protectorate? Protectorate. Protectorate. A protectorate is a weaker territory or state that is guarded and can patrol country by a stronger country. So that's the thing. Like in a way, I see more chat messages. I'm sorry. Hang on. Let me read from the bottom up. Let me just read these real quick, and then I'll see if any of them apply. True shit. Thank you. I greatly appreciate you, Rico. 4386. Greatly appreciate you. I do love the chat messages. I know I'm rambling on a lot here while just playing fucking Warthunder. Of course, we're talking about nationalistic things. We're talking about fucking Warthunder. Why would we not? Why would we not be talking about nationalism and fucking goddamn Warthunder? But thank you, Rico. I appreciate you. You are instigating a long conversation. Let me just look here at the chats real quick to make sure I'm not missing anything. Iran is said to be doing nothing, but Israel suddenly attacks under the pretext of developing nuclear weapons. Then Iran retaliates and Israel plays the victim and asks America for help. Yes and no. I think there were dual interests here. What were we just talking? Greenland. Okay, let's not forget Greenland. I'm just going to very briefly touch on these, and I'll come back to them while we're playing. For that being said, let's just say to battle. Yes and no. I think that Iran really did have potential of actual nuclear projection, and I think we did have the right mind to strike them for it. But that's where it should have ended. Either one, end it at destroying all their nuclear facilities and just, you know, fucking back out. Or B, glass them to all hell. We did neither. We sat in the middle ground. And now we're in another forever war. Luckily, done by mostly Air Force and drones, rather no troops on the ground, necessarily like the old Iraq war, but... Still forever war. It was definitely mostly Israel interest, which, you know, America is basically just Israel at this point. Which, you know, hey, if you saw my meme yesterday about Israel, which also, if you watched my 2025 recap video from last year, or technically this year, if you watched my 2025 recap video, then you understand how I feel about Israel. A little bit. But I think it gives enough context. But it's primarily probably mostly Israel. But I think we did have interest there. It's just that we've handled it completely wrong, and we have done it contextually just all wrong. So now we're stuck in another forever war. You started out with eliminating their high leader. Should have kept on going. Should have kept on going. And now we're dealing with fucking Abu Akbar on their goddamn government dealings. Iran versus America, Israel, yeah, basically. And at this point, though, it basically is Israel. At this point, it is basically Israel. At first, I think it was mostly America, but now I think it's mostly because of Israel that we still have this war. And we are being forced to supply the entire thing. Which is why I think Trump, just 2 days ago, called the Strait of Hormuz their own territory, because they can, I don't know, they'll call it as war on their own territory and get more funds or something for it, or some shit like that is probably where it's going to go towards. I don't know. Just stop. I'd be more focused on the Greenland thing. Greenland has more... Like, Greenland has more economic value that could outweigh the Strait of Hormuz at this point. I wonder why Russia's aggression is considered genocide while America's aggression is considered humanitarian. Because America's genocide is like 10,000 people, while Russia has lost like 1.3 million troops. And Ukraine has lost like 600,000. It's another Chinese guy. So collectively, we have almost 2 million people, like 1.6 to like 2 million people who have now been injured and killed or severely wounded. And when they say casualties, they do mean like severely wounded. Like they missed a limb, they're missing a finger, they won't be going back to service type of thing. Not all of them are dead, but a lot of them are also wounded. Because, you know, all it takes is one shell to go through and you miss a fucking arm. You might still be alive, but you'll miss an arm. The other 9 guys along with you might still be able to fight, but you'll still miss an arm. That's still, and you know, with NATO tactics, you take 2 guys to bring back the 1, or 3 guys to bring back the 1, or something like that, so half your fighting force is down right there just to bring the guy back and you lose commission. Because Ukraine has to subsequent to NATO tactics now, because of our equipment and supplies. What was I even talking about again? America's great. So basically, it's just the numbers are different. The numbers are much different. You know, we probably haven't even hit the 10,000 range. We probably only hit like maybe like a few thousand killed. Even all of our wars with Iran would probably only amount to like maybe like 100,000, maybe less, like 50,000 tops, maybe. Well, the Russia-Ukraine war has amounted to almost 2 million people fucking dead. So that's primarily the reason why. Big number difference. You know, fuck what of the Jews about them being burned alive. The fucking Ukraine-Russia war is more of a problem than anything. Double standards? No, not really. Again, I know I'm reading very behind on chats here, and I see you chatting more, so I will keep slowly getting up to date. Where the fuck are these guys? Let's go to Alpha. I see a guy here off to my right. I just saw a bleep bloop on my mini-map. I want to know why, if Iran is not allowed to have nuclear weapons, then why are Israel and America allowed to have them while Iran is doing nothing? That's a big topic. Because here's the thing. Like earlier I said, I understand why Iran and countries like that are very, what do you call it? Like terroristic. I understand that. But Iran is 10 times, 100 times more likely to fucking set off. And the thing is, too, Iran is not Iran. That's the problem here. I think it's a bigger question. Iran is not Iran. Iran is Iran, and then also like 9 different groups that control their territory. Like, America is all of America. We have the states. Iran is several controlled groups of rebellency at all times. ISIS still exists, and they still control sections. Like, if you are full of people who don't even have your own country together, underneath the guise that they all want to blow up the French, they want to blow up Europe, they want to kill British, they want to blow up America, them having a nuclear weapon, rather, even as much as I might like to say that Trump is crazy, Trump is never going to let off a fucking nuclear device. Muhammad Abdul fucking III would, on God, for the sake of Allah, would for sure let off a nuclear device, or some terrorist group that fucking raids a compound and gets a hold of one that they lose track of, and next you know it ends up in the middle of New York City, has a lot more contextual value of their culture of what they could do with the nuclear bomb, more so than the act of the bomb itself. That's the problem. Yeah, sure, the nuclear program might be underneath Iran itself, but Iran, we also know, will sit there like, no, it's not our group, we don't know, they blew up a French city with bombing attacks, we don't know what happened. Oh yeah, we fight against India sometimes, we don't know what happened, this is not us, no, wrong person. And it's just like, they consistently just like, no, not us. Like, we know that their terrorist groups are being funded by Iran consistently, you know, like, so like them having a nuclear bomb is much more of a problem than America having a nuclear bomb, you know? I keep on getting killed by real players here, I'm realizing. So that's the real difference between the two. You know, India, I think, has nuclear bombs. We don't think India is going to let off a bomb. We don't think that UK is going to let off a bomb. Even Israel, as much as a fucking cuck that they are, and controlling the US, they're not going to let off a nuclear bomb. Iran might let off a nuclear bomb. If you even have the question in your mind, Russia's not going to let off a nuclear bomb. China's not going to do it. Japan's not going to do it. But Iran, if you even have a question in your mind, we're like, well, Iran might, there's a possibility. The answer is no. The answer is no. Just, you can't, their compounds might get raided by a fucking different, like, faction, you know, like, I don't know, man, their people are like, let's die for the 72 fucking virgin type shit, which I know is very, this Western mindset, they're not all like that, but like, you know, like, there is a lot of extremists in there, them having the possibility of an atomic bomb, especially right now, while our country is actively in war with Iran right now, with the government of Iran, and we fucking bombed their supreme leader. They might use a nuke. They might use a nuke. Which, to be fair, that only happened because, you know, we did it to begin with. But, you know, it was not out of the window before either. So, I mean, yeah, you don't want them to have a bomb. You know, you don't want them to have a bomb. I'm sorry, but, like, that's like even North Korea. North Korea, of all fucking countries, even though that we know that they have nukes, we don't think that they're ever actually going to set off a nuke in South Korea. They're never going to actually do it. They're going to sit there and fucking make a cock rating with their dicks out and play their big fucking missiles over Japan and once in a while, but we know they're never going to actually fucking do it. Like Jingon Goom Bomb Boom Bomb, fucking Bing Chilling, understands, I don't know if it's Chinese, but understands. They know. They're aware of the Western world. They know if they were to actually declare war, that they'd be fucking dominated in less than, like, 72 hours, you know? Like, in the first 48 is just us getting there. Maybe in the first 70, like, it's... They know. They're not gonna use it. But Iran might use the bomb. And the fact that even a question of might or possibly is even in the equation is enough to say no. Some cheer symbol with the drink. No, I'm not asking about the number of deaths, but I'm asking why America is right to commit aggression while Russia is not allowed to. No, that's fair. That's fair. No, you're right. You are right on that. I don't believe. Why are we doing this? I understand the nuclear aspect. Like, again, what I said earlier, we could have just simply bombed the nuclear facilities and backed out and said fuck you. You know, and maybe like every couple of years we just bomb their nuclear facilities again and we just back out. It would have been simple, one and done. Like, we've done it like 10 times before, where we just bomb their shit real quick and we just go home. We've done that like 10 times before with Iran, or, you know, the Middle East in general. Saudi Arabia I think I had it once. Iraq definitely had it. We just blow their shit up real quick and we go home. Then they spend a couple years rebuilding it. We say, hey, rebuild your shit. Yeah. You're going pretty high in uranium. Yeah. It's only supposed to be like, I don't know, 3%. You have it at like 60%. And like 65 is nuclear bombs. Oh, well. And? Boom. Dead. You know? Cool. Back out. We've done that so many times before. Just do it again. Go home. But no, the fact that we now have this permanent war going on with them again. No, it's not right. No, we should not be doing it. I don't know where the fuck we're involved. It's more, whatever. Which people are like, oh, we've had like 30 or like 100 soldiers injured. So fucking what? It's war. I'm sorry, like even like 1,000 get injured. So fucking what? We got like 1.2 or 2.2 or some whatever fucking million people in our active service. Who the fuck cares about like 1,000? Which, I'm sorry, you're in the military. It's gonna happen. Like, some guy will fucking fall off a ladder and break his back, and they'll call that an injury. You know, like, you know, it's whatever. You're sorry, you're in war. We've already got injuries in war. I'm sorry, you guys would not survive World War II, where we had like fucking hundreds of thousands of people dying on, like, you know, the fucking like yearly basis. And you guys are freaking out about like 100 soldiers injured in the Middle East war against Iran. Okay. Whatever. Go fucking whoop. You signed up for it. Like that, you are in the military. You are actually that's the most literal essence of like, you actually signed up for this. So, you've signed up to go fight wars. Like, that is your responsibility. So, sorry, but like, that's not you getting injured on a job because it wasn't explained to you in a safety briefing. This is the military. You signed up to go to war and die. So, big whoop. You got injured. I get it. This is terrible. I wish it didn't happen, but like, so what? We got like a couple hundred injured and casualties. Yeah, you should be praising it. If anything, it's a war. You should be praising we only have a couple hundred. Jesus. I'm always looking off the chat here. Which, honestly, at this point, hang on. At this point, I should just fucking pop out chat. Hang on. Whenever I'm sitting here talking. YouTube chat. Boop, 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 doo, doo, doo. Yeah, this is how you get my real political opinions. Get me on a fucking midnight goddamn stream. Yeah, at this point, I should just fucking... God. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck did I just do? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. Shift. Shift and click. Alt click. No, that's just bigger. Control click. No, that's just bigger again. Why are you not going up? What are you doing to me? What the fuck? Anyway. Why do you still have the goddamn guidelines message on? Son of a bitch. I will end you. Boom. Bam. Jam. You're gone. Fuck you. The battle. It might be a little bit over the chat. But, while we're chatting here, again, how do I exit out of this? Reserve. Spend. What's an operation? Sure. Sure, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll buy that, sure. I don't know how to exit out of that message. Are we researched yet? Hang on. I got this a little bit because we're looking at that chat messages. Yeah, but basically, yeah, basically, America has no right to be in there. It's gone on too far. It's gone on too far. We should have just did our one thing and got the fuck out like normal. But now it's gone into a full Middle Eastern war again. And Russia failed there. We failed there. Italy failed there. Fucking UK failed there. Germany failed there. Every great country. It's the way they call it, like the, I don't know, I forget the exact terminology, but it's like where great countries go to die. Is like the unspoken like term of the area, because it's forever. It never ends. You can't get out of it. We're stuck with another goddamn fucking Bush war. So, yes, yeah, president of no wars, right? If the West is hostile to Islam, why doesn't ISIS attack Israel and America? Is it an Islamic organization funded by the West to tarnish Islam's name? Does ISIS even exist anymore, though? Here's the thing. Hang on. I'm gonna go pour a real good drink. I might still have my microphone on, but it's probably gonna lose tracking halfway through. I did buy a new microphone or a new headset, but I've not tried it out yet. It's still literally sitting. I'm literally looking at the box right now, but I'm probably gonna lose connection here, so give me 1 second. Coming back. Let's see here. Having a few drinks for late night. Let's continue the political Islamic talk, shall we? To battle. So, and I haven't gotten back to Greenland yet. I've forgotten about that. If the West is hostile to Islam, why doesn't ISIS attack Israel and America? Is it an Islamic organization funded by the West to tarnish Islam's name? Yes and no. I mean, ISIS, again, I have no real numbers, but if they were at 100% before, when the media was all talking about them, they're at like 10% now. Like, we bombed the fuck out of ISIS. This was what we should have done with fucking Iran. But we bombed the fuck out of ISIS. Like, ISIS almost doesn't even exist anymore. Because of all the operations that we did. Like, ISIS isn't even important anymore. They control some sections, but like, they're more anti-governmental than they are like actual, what do you call it? Than actual, I don't know, like Islamic extremists. They're more anti-governmental is what ISIS is. But why doesn't ISIS? And that's the thing too. Like I never like they were also funded a little bit by like America. Like that's why we stopped the whole USAID bullshit, because we found out that all of these companies and side craps that we were funding in terms of the U.S. government were actually all primarily, there was like 50% of that like going to terrorist organizations. So it's a good thing we stopped the USAID, because it was mostly just going to terrorists. So, and that was going on though for like 20 years or some shit like that. Like, we've been funding them for a long time. Because the thing is, like, we don't like Iran, so like if ISIS is going to take out Iran and create more instability, and because they're more instability, they'll be too busy fighting each other than fighting us, then yeah, we definitely were. We have proof of it, and we probably do continue to fund them a little bit to some extent. I should probably start taking this a little bit more seriously. I'm starting to realize I'm up against more human players, because that definitely is not AI player mentality. But so we were probably funding them to a certain extent, and there probably was some background crap of like using them to be anti-Islam. I will not doubt it. There probably was some context to that. I mean, every story has some black and white to it, but it's like, I don't think it was a primary thing. I think that is a real cause. It'd be like one of those things where like 95% real cause, 5% media. Like, hey, if you want to take over Iran, we'll give you money to do it. It's like, it's your idea. You came up with the idea to, you know, try to usurp the Iranian government. Then yeah, no, we'll back you on that. It's your idea, but we'll back you on it. You know, type of thing. You know, it's like, oh yeah, again, it's like, it's your idea, but we'll definitely give you the money to do it. So it's like one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, we could probably spin a story on this. So let's go ahead and just make a thing, right? But it's just kind of how the world works, you know, as first world countries work. It's all about optics. Which, let's be fair here, optics have never not been a thing. People like to act as though, like, modern day optics of, like, political structure are so, you know, corrupt and terrible. Has it literally never been that way? Like the 50s and 60s, do you not know the optics that the US was running against Germany? What about the ones that we were running against Vietnam? What about the Chinese? What about the optics that we ran even before against the Indians back in our realization, against the French, against the British? And now we're running optics against the Middle East. Has it literally ever been anything different? It literally has not. It's always been the same. If you were, you know, a believer of Germany back then, if you were a Nazi, I'm sorry, but that was the most optic-ridden territory you could think of. Boom, point blank. You know, and then even look at Russia today. Like, Russia is still, like, they're still just capturing people. Like, they're still just great capturing people off the streets, and people just don't do anything about it. Why can't I fire? Both repairing. I'm reloading. There we go. Nice. Let's capture C. But it's always been a thing. We've always been running optics. We've always been doing political crap. We've always been trying to... Every country, always. Islamic tries to do it. Fucking Turkey tries to do it. UK tries to do it. Everyone is always running optics. It's always public opinion. Because people forget that the public is the government. And the government just tries to do what they think that their public thinks is best. So they're always running optics. It never ends. Was 9/11 a way to justify attacking Afghanistan and considered a terrorist attack while America dropped nukes on Japan twice? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Hang on. Let's finish this match first, hey? Let's focus on the match. I don't think I've focused on a single match yet. I'll take a sip of my drink here. Ow. Hang on, let's focus on the game real quick. Take out his turret crew. Fuck you. Can he still fire? Even though I took out his crew. Even though I took out his crew, he can still fire. Okay, repair. And I'm gonna count that plane kill as mine. I'm gonna count that plane kill as mine. I forgot about the planes. I forgot that we're even playing Warthunder, that there are 3 different aspects to this shit. I forgot the fact that I'm even fucking in a tank right now with goddamn air and naval and some maps. I forgot about that. I'm gonna count that one as my kill. Look, he's right there. He tried to take me out and he died doing it. How do I activate that extra crew though? Is it 0? No, 0's the tow hook. Hit my vape here for a second. Oh, Jesus. How the fuck did that hotkey open up Sony Vegas, my editor program? That is the most extensive thing that you could open up right now. Go to Alpha. Yeah, Jesus, that's I can't even think about that question right now. I'm gonna focus on tanks right now, and then I'll respond to that message, and then I gotta get back to Greenland. I've not forgotten about Greenland. Damn. Fair. Fair. Crew knocked out. That's just my driver, though. Does that really matter? Diversion of the issue? You're gonna have to explain to me about what you mean by that. But no, I'm busy. We've not paid attention to tanks once yet, and we are on a stream playing Warthunder. Keep on trying to say World of Tanks. But that is the primary focus, is Warthunder. So I've not paid attention once to Warthunder yet. So yeah, I will. I've touched nearly every single topic so far. Okay, give me leeway here. I will touch on that topic when we're done with this match. Ayo. He's dead. Big think cap. Big Easter Island. What do they call those things again? What is that emote called? Like on Twitch, I can hover over emotes and I find out what it's called, but on YouTube, I can't. What is that emote called? The big Easter Island big head things, which supposedly they were there to signify where fresh water was. I don't know how true that is, but that's been some recent information that's come out. But are they, was it something like munga, fucking bubblegum type shit, like from the goddamn Night at Museum meme or some shit like that? This is also a very close, like, game. We managed to dwindle them down a lot. I don't... Maybe these are human players? Which means that they have a lot more higher human players than we do players. Which seems a bit unfair. Because we have literally all low tier people with like no kills or anything. They didn't come from anywhere, they didn't come straight from deployment. Because they will probably be over here. We'll capture A first. Damn, they got B and C. Well, we got Alpha. Let's see if we can go kill them at spawn so our allies can take the other points. It's just that, yeah, that 9/11, that's a big question. I cannot give the... I don't want to give the mental thought to a big question like that while I'm half occupied and thinking about something else. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to say something very arbitrary and straight to the point that's be easily taken out of context. Hit his tracks. Hit him. So hitting a little low and a little bit higher, a little bit lower right in between. There we go. The turret's been taken out. Let's run away. Behind the hill. He can't hit me. I hit his underside. He hit me instead. Oh, I started an air battle. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay, it's got opposite controls. Oh, my God. I am in air battle now. I guess I'm now controlling a plane. Do I die? Did I live? Oh, shit. Did I get him? I might have. Did I? Will YouTube ban your account if you discuss this? Probably not. Look, I've seen some big accounts talk about much more controversial topics and political topics. I don't think it's a problem. If anything, the engagement is more. Like, literally, like, here is the insider knowledge. Here is also why I enjoy the fact, what I was saying before, that the fact that you guys are giving so much chat, because it also gives chat engagement. That the more you guys talk, that the more it drives up chat engagement and actually does help out the metrics. So even having these conversations in which to talk about in length, and then have you converse with on the back end, in of itself is already huge. Now let's go get Bravo. These guys are becoming kind of a problem. Let's go to Z. All right. I think we have artillery back here. Did I not hit him? I guess not. Damn. Mission failed. Why does it seem so often that I get disabled, but I don't disable other people? Still looking for the better tanks though before I really try hard, actually. So what was the original question? Was 9/11 a way to justify attacking Afghanistan and consider it a terrorist attack while America had dropped nukes on Japan twice? The nukes... I feel like at this point the World War II atrocities don't even, like, apply anymore. Because here's the thing, too. There are napalm raids of Japan cities killed, like, 3 times more people. And devastated more, in like 3 times or like 5 times more devastation than the nukes ever did. Like we like, the thing is, like, Japanese cities back then were quite literally made out of like bamboo and wood. And still today, they still kind of are. Like, they're just made out of bamboo and wood, and they're highly condensed. It was very easy to just firebomb their entire cities. And like, you could firebomb one area and the entire city would be engulfed. Like, we killed and decimated so much more area with firebombs than the nukes ever did. The nukes in of itself were just a show of force, being like, look, hey, we don't even need the firebombs anymore. We can just decimate your entire city in an instant if you want to continue. And Japan's like, all right, I give up. So like the World War II thing, it doesn't even apply anymore. It's 70 years ago, you know, 70 to 60 years ago. The world is so different nowadays. People are so hung up on the old times of like what used to be, of like it's an entirely different world now. But 9/11, I honestly believe that 9/11 was an inside job. I really do think that it actually was an inside job to make sure that we could go to war with that game with Afghanistan, because it's the same thing. They're just, can I research new tanks yet? Jesus, it takes a long time. Okay, you know what? I am going to take off YouTube chat. Let's move YouTube chat to the other side. You're too big. No, I might even just turn it off for now. But you know what? This isn't going to show my purchase information, right? Looking over at OBS. Okay, good. Making sure. Pay it via Steam. Fuck it. I'll pay money for this. Whatever. Double checking the OBS. Okay, good. Nothing's being. Let me double check on. I just want to make sure that nothing's being shown on the stream, right? Okay, good. Just making sure, because I'm about to put in my security code and my credit card information, so. But no, 9/11 definitely was an inside job. I'm strictly believing in the fact that 9/11 was an inside job. There's so much evidence of like explosives in like the basements and this whole coordination. How the fuck did it even get past TSA to begin with and all this shit? There's so much evidence to the fact that I think it really was an inside job. So, yeah, there is some truth to that. All right, so M22 2100 purchase. Order and select crew. Choose a crew. Okay. It's a hiring training firm with the site field is 50,000. Jesus. Okay. $29,000. That stuff and 65. Sure. I have 10,000. Purchase. Okay, select the crew later. Convert. So I have all the research points. Okay, purchase. Or select the crew later. Convert. 29,000. Yes. Let's order and select the crew now. In read options video, performance has conversion 200. Sure, they were trained to. Yes. Can I convert another one? Purchase. Now I only have 690. Order and select the crew later. You don't have enough convertible RP for conversion in the RP in game. Okay. Interesting. Alright. Let me discuss. America did it to strengthen its influence in the Middle East in order to get oil and tarnish the name of Islam and then be able to achieve joint power with Israel. One moment. I'll address that in a moment. Let's take a look here. What are going to be the best tanks? So all of these progress down, which is good. What's going to have the best, like, millimeter of cannon? 12 millimeter, which is a high fire. 105. This is 37 and 75. This is 37. M4A3. 105 howitzer. Machine gun. Armor, steel armor, projectile proof, smoke grenade. Okay, interesting. Let's research this. I cannot research that. Do I have other tanks available to me? Yes, I have M3A1 Stalwart. Hello there, Canum EN _EN. Thank you for joining the chat. I greatly appreciate you. We have been playing Warthunder for the first time. I have played planes before, but I've never played the tanks before. And I'm having a hard time understanding the research and, like, what is happening here. Like, I spent $6, $6.50, 6.66, basically after tax, almost 7. You get 1,000 golden eagles, and I bought some tanks, which I think was just buying the rest of these tanks, which I should have been more cordial about. But then we got up to 8 tanks, I think, and then now we have rank 2, which now we have 0 out of 6. So I'm trying to research the M4A3 because it has the best, or the biggest cannon, which I assume is going to have the best penetration, which is going to be good for just kind of staying back. So I thought that'd be good. But we are also subsequently, because it is Warthunder and nationalities have a lot to do with stuff, that we are... Oh, geez, I just realized that there is a entirely different skill tree for all of these different countries. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I don't... We're going with the USA because I'm American. I'm still very confused by a lot of the things that are going on. If anyone does understand War Thunder or has been playing War Thunder, I would appreciate the fact of like what is going on with this. So I have to play a number of matches. This one's not. This one is being researched. I guess I get multiple tanks to play as. I think at start or choose a crew. I need to recruit a new crew. I think it's a little bit confusing. Jeez, okay, so there's a lot of conversation. Conum EN, thank you for chatting. I greatly appreciate you for stopping on by. Nice, I'm Tank's main. I got a couple of trees almost fully finished, so if you need help, ask me. By all means, go full autistic mode on me and give me several messages if you want. I will not ban you or who the fuck, I don't know. Just whatever. I'm still a small streamer, so I appreciate all of the chat engagement in general, but feel free to go full autistic explanation. What the fuck am I doing here with my crews? What am I doing here with my research? I would like an explanation of how the fuck does this tree work? Is it like World of Warships? Do I need to, like, I've played a lot of World of Warships, and it's just kind of going through tiers through the ships, but there are several tiers, and each tier you have to unlock, and each tank is its own thing. Do I get to play as them all? They all need their own crews? Like, what is happening here? I'm a little bit confused by this aspect. Majestic, I see your messages. I'm just going to choose a crew here for a second. Recruit a crew. Choose a crew. 200, 1800. Okay. Yes. You can also choose a crew on this, but choose a crew is only going to be 200 on this one. Yes. This needs a crew. 600. Sure, 600 is whatever. There, but I can go straight to this one because I have these unlocked, I guess, now. This M4A3 seems best. Let's go to battle while I read chat messages because that seems like there's going to be a lot here. Let me guess, America's reason for attacking Venezuela is in the name of drug trafficking and seize all the oil, then tell Israel to attack Iran so that Iran will close Hormuz. Venezuela, I think, was a really smart move, but it also puts in limelight of the Iranian war. You are telling me that in Venezuela, we deployed subsonic weaponry to make people puke their guts out, poison, and high-fidelity spy work. But we can't... We did all that to capture Vandurov or whatever in the matter of like less than an hour and lost no soldiers. We basically went Spetsnaz, full American military, like special operations, fucking full thermal heartbeats, you know, sound equipment, future technology on their ass. But when it comes to Iran, we had to just drop a couple of bombs and somehow it's different. So, like, it's just... Like, I think that Venezuela move was smart because, yeah, I made quite a bit of money. And not a lot of money. Like, when I talk about quite a bit of money, I'm talking about like a few $100s. I'm not talking thousands because I don't have the money for that. I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm not rich. I'm not a millionaire. I work a full-time job. But I made a few hundreds from the fact that the BPPs, you know, started moving into the oil zone. I made a lot of money off of it. Worked out great. It was a strategic, good employment. Just as much, we never got back to Greenland. Greenland in itself is a very strategic employment. I need to turn down the game volume. I feel like I'm shouting over it. But then I turn it down too low, and then for some reason the voice back doesn't work quite well. I love this. I need to turn the game volume down because now I can't hear my feedback. I love this. The fact that I can't choose the difference between chat and or game messages right now. Did I hit him? He's dead. And you're all dead in front of me. Jesus. Dear God. Turn my tank around. I'm dead. From my left. Damn. Let's see here. Got quick choose. Each rank has requirement of vehicles you need to unlock for it to unlock. Next rank, like for example, you need to see rank 2. Text and it says 6, so you need to unlock 6 tanks from tank 2 to unlock rank 3. Ah, got it. Okay. Do you understand how battle ratings work? Not really. I've mostly just been playing, like, vicariously here in the background. Not paying too much attention, mostly because it's low tier, so I'm not really paying a lot of attention just yet. We are versing more human people, so I probably should start paying more attention, but I'm not really paying a whole lot of attention because half it's... Let's say half are bots, but they're all looking like human players now, actually. You should try realistic battles. Hooner MX or M60. Jesus. Okay, hang on. Battle real quick. We got 3 tanks moving in. Battle real quick. I'll get back to you guys in a second. Oh, I'm a goddamn Humvee. What the hell am I doing here? I killed him. Run away. Damn. I'm a goddamn Humvee. What am I doing here? Try realistic battles. The whole thing about not being able to tell who your allies are, I think, is a real problem for me. So there's a couple of settings that you can enable disability that can help you. Now that's the kind of insider knowledge that I need to look for. Like disable grass and tank sight, lower your engine sound so you can hear enemies better, and try to only take ABT 20 shells, T pistol. Was that English? Was that English? Take ABT 20 shells, T pistol. Brother, my man in Christ. I'm new to this. I don't know if those are abbreviations for something or what, but I ain't doing it. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know. Just don't take full ammo? How do I not take full ammo? Now, I am actually going to play this one a little bit carefully, because I know I am getting low in tanks. So I'm going to try and be careful with this one. I am... Damn, already disabled, actually. Moving back and forth. He knows what he's doing. I'm repairing right now. He got taken out. I still see a symbol over here. I see a castle-looking symbol over here. Maybe while I am playing, try to explain to me that castle little symbol. I did hit it. I did hit the target. It took out his wheel. I'm still repairing. He's dead. He died. What are all the symbols? I see a flat bar, which I assume is a tank. But I also saw a castle symbol earlier, so I don't know what that castle symbol means. We are losing Bravo. I do see your chat messages come in. I just saw like 3, 4, 5 order of messages coming off of the right-hand side of my eye, which is technically legally blind. My right eye is technically legally blind. Not even technically. I know that shit's legally blind. I can't see shit out of my right eye. But I do understand environments. Fuck! So I will read your chat messages here in a second. Just realize that there is a little bit of delay. sixth message. You know, instead I was gonna play a little cyber hentai. I said I was gonna play a little bit more careful, and I did not. Return to hangar. Okay, and let's look at the. We got Hong Doing Gaio Ting Chong Ching. Hang on, wait. We got in the chat. Hey, let me look at chat here. It looks like I got exited out. Just don't take full ammo. I don't know how to do it. 50 shells is fine. If there is too much ammunition, your tank can fly. I don't know how to not take more ammunition. So unless you guys describe that in the next few chat messages, feel free to explain to me. I do appreciate the expertise. Sorry, trying to do the fucking Seinfeld. You guys seem foreign. I don't know if you guys know Seinfeld. You guys might not know Seinfeld. You're foreign. You guys are a different country than me, huh? Sounds so goddamn. Now I feel dumb trying to do that in context to people who may not know that. Now it just sounds like I'm making a fucking retard noise. Okay, so every one of your tanks has a number like 1.0, 1.3, 1.7, and the tank in your loadout only counts. So I recommend having your most similar number in every single tank in your loadout. Okay. I understand the concept in mind. I don't know where to find those numbers or menus on screen, so I don't know how to apply that knowledge. Light tank. I don't know. Light tank's something. That's for anti-air vehicles. So as far as my mind is concerned, and these low-level matches, air doesn't seem to matter. Maybe mid to late game they might matter more, but right now they don't seem to matter. God, there's a lot of chat messages going on right now. Jeez, this is I'm happy the fact that there are too many chat messages to keep up with. I talk too much and there are too many things to talk about. Now I understand how bigger YouTubers cannot respond to everything because there's too much to talk about with every single chat message, and I love you, so please subscribe, like, and fuck, and goy to me. Okay, that's for an anterior. Okay, they see you. Max difference is 0.3, 0.4 BR, battle rating, I'm assuming. 0.3, 0.4 battle rating, because if you bring a tank with too big difference compared to other tanks, will be useless. How useless? If I bring a huge armor penetration, will it like do like a level scaling? Is what I'm assuming from that. There's a level scaling between tiers. Like if I'm for some reason a tier 3 up against a tier 1, I might do like 66% damage or 66% less damage, and I might only do 33.3% damage or some shit like that. I could call you on Discord and try to help you if you want. Discord calls are always a iffy thing because I think most streamers are, but we have to be very peculiar about our audio quality. So like if somebody comes in, they have a shitty ass microphone, I'm putting them through the stream trying to explain things, and they have a background of a dog barking and some mom vacuuming at 2 a.m. You know, or, you know, siblings talking and fighting, or a TV in the background, then it's kind of a problem. I just realized how turned I was. I reduced the stiffness. Do you guys like, quick question, actually real question. Do you guys like the fact that I am less stiff now that I actually look over to the different directions when I'm looking at chat or something like that? Should I keep chat up on screen? You know, should I keep it like right there type of thing? I getting so big. Why are you so big? Hang on. Alt. No, not alt. That's control. Control? Right around there. I don't. There's always gonna be some message that's gonna be cut off. I don't know. You can't win. You can't win. I'm gonna do another battle here. While this match, I'm going to pay attention to chat while I battle. So my battle is probably gonna be like complete dog shit while I'm reading chat. Okay, it's quite difficult to explain everything since it's quite complex, so I don't know, I might just be dropping random hints. Fair enough. Click on the research button. Oh, shit. Look at M22, for example. Bottom of your screen, it says 1.7. This is the battle rating for your lineup. Okay, I will have to look at that to battle from here. Okay, so if you click the research button, you can see all the tanks in the American tech tree and all the battle ratings in which you can play. Got it. To be honest, if it would be better, you would just say that you don't understand. We can explain because... Hang on. Because we don't know what you already know, so we don't know stuff that you already know. Nothing. Nothing. I know nothing. That's the answer. I am the epitome of give me autistic explanation. I know nothing. I don't know. I literally don't understand how half this game works. The only thing that's keeping me going is pure gamer instincts of being able to shoot shit. That's really about it. Right now, the only thing I'm going on is gamer instincts of being able to shoot shit. And drifting my tank. That's it. I know how to point and click. That's my experience. What? In 53979? I thought I killed you. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean you killed me? I had the superior tank. I'm very ashamed of this news. What again? Turn? Under the to battle button, if you click on the ground arcade battles, you can select the type of battle you want to play. It realistically gives you more rewards and makes you generally better at the game. Fair enough. Yeah, it's kind of like hardcore mode. Before you spawn with your next tank, shit. Damn it. You could have warned me before you pegged me. Before you spawn in with your next tank, look at the yellow slider under the tank's ammo. There you can adjust how much you take. If you take too much, you're a higher chance of them hitting it. Wait, hang on. I'm gonna have to read the last part again. That last part seems important. If you take too much, you have a higher chance of them hitting it. Ah, like hitting my I'm relating this to World of Warships. So they're gonna have more of a chance to hit my Citadel if I take too much ammo because there's more ammo to hit. Damn, disabled and knocked out, huh? Oh, I got hit by a bomb as well. Are we starting to get to the parts where I actually have to care? Looks like I'm starting to get to the parts where I actually have to care. Which kind of sucks because I have to give less chat interaction if I do that. So, respawn in with the next tank tank. Look at your yellow slider. I give myself 15 shots. I give myself 15 shots to battle. That's really about it. Let's be real here. Let's be real here. It's about 15 shots. But yeah, I only have 15. Got it. Understood. Why are you shooting at me? Do you want to go together? Is that what you want? I think that's what he wants. Do I have secondaries? Should I be firing my secondaries? Do I have MGs that I need to worry about? He needs to repair. Did I ram him too hard? You think I'm asking all these questions like haphazardly? These are real questions. Did I hit him too hard? Did I actually damage him? Or did he damage himself by hitting that wall? Was that me or was that him? That seems like a problem. Okay, I see an enemy moving in. Should I be prepared for him? Do I need to strike? What? Why did I do that? My ass is turned to him? Alright. For some reason my ass turned around and then I stopped. Did he must have disabled my right track? Or my left track or something like that? Why does it seem like every shot of theirs kills me in a single hit, but mine don't? Okay, okay, yes, the ammo takes up space, you know. Take like 30 rounds, you have MG on spacebar. Spacebar, got it. Later on in game, if you plan on playing, then from a 2.7 BR, you should take a bit more, 15, but somewhere around 20 is usually just enough. Fair enough. Okay, and I only get 3 respawns. Okay. I think I just realized that aspect. Put the hangar. The hangar. So, if I go to research. Okay, when you earn RP as well. I only have 34, and I need a lot. So, I've not had enough. So, didn't I already choose a crew for this? Choose a crew, yes. I thought I already chose a crew for this. So, why don't I go ahead to modifications and do research, horizontal drive, not research. Research this. And you can get access to tier 3. Okay. I need access to tier 3. Just a capped shell. Beautiful. Purchase that. Brake system. Sure. Let's just purchase all this shit. So we can have everything that is good for our tank to level up quicker. There's a lot of thinking that I'm thinking. Elevation mechanism, that costs money. This costs 90. Nautical Eagles, okay, that's fine. Increase the elevation speed. Minor repair parts in the process. Got it. Didn't I not just purchase these or no? Must not have. Take a, you have MG on spacebar. Later on in the game, yeah, 2.7 where you should take a bit more 15, but somewhere around 20 is usually just enough. So now stop. You shouldn't do that. Stop. No, don't do that. Stop. Don't do it. No, you're going all wrong. Proceeds to purchase. Sorry. You just hurt every Warthunder player with this. Yup. How? Why did I just misaligned between gun and target and first fire exit? That seems good. Did I not purchase these parts? It doesn't take system increase braking efficiency. Suspension seems good. Track seems good. That all seems. I feel like I make good purchases. Are they not good purchases? Are they not? I'm gonna go for elevation mechanism because artillery support seems good. You skip most essential modification, which Which one? Improved parts? Oh wait, I still need to research these? I purchased them. Did I not? Did I not? Maybe those are other parts. 55. Improved parts. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, apparently. Hang on, so if I go to research, what was my M3A1 Star Wars? Crew. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. Crew points. Cops next level 15. Accelerate training. If I were to do 10 and then 10, I might be hurting you guys more right now. I might be hurting you guys more right now. Please go to realistic battles. All right, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. But before I apply, I just spent the money. I'm out of gold coins now. All right. What is most important here? I mean, field repair seems pretty big. Elimination rate, particularly track repair time, average skill rate of crew counts. They are looking as well as range of detecting air targets. Okay, that's whatever. Speed of replacement with a drone crew from another one. Average skill value. Okay, that's kind of whatever. Vitality. Health might matter. Health, vitality, and field repair. Those three, to me, as a gamer, seem big. Please upgrade first only. Most important skills, like for driving skills. For gunner, targeting, commander leadership, and loading speed. These as first. Oh, that's driver. Oh my god, they all have different points. Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus. Alright. Oh, okay. Oh my god. Alright, got it. Beautiful. Now for driver driving skills, tank driving? What is this? Will I hit my vape? Driver's braking reaction to rate, choosing necessary gear, and its driving change speed at high speed. Tank movement. Yes, tank driving. But how many though? So I have 288. I got the first bar? What do the bars mean? What? Explain this. 0 + 1. Okay, and then you said for gunner targeting commander skill. Targeting. It's median accuracy and experiments gunner targets both vertically and horizontally at once. Experience one does not. He rotates the turret and then he fixes the angle of the gun. Okay, up that by 2. And commander leadership. Leadership. In commander leadership, I don't see leadership, but I do see field repair. Which I'm going to go ahead and take the forte and say that. And loading speed. Loading speed. That does seem pretty big, actually. How much experience do I have? 88. Leadership is at the bottom. Ah! That it is. And I got to point into that. Crew skill is a keen vision. Wait, hang on. Improves other skills of the crew. Crew keen. Oh, okay. So improves everything else. Got it. Apply. I did not do. Okay. So driver driving. Oh, great call. Yes. Oh, this is what they're going towards. Okay. It's not what they get already. Accelerate training. Accelerate each one. Let's just use all of our things. Okay, upgrading qualification improves everything in general. Okay. I have 82. So I will upgrade agility. Apply. There we go? Question mark? Every single tank has that. I don't have the time for that. I don't have the time for that. Let's just go to battle. Let's just go to battle with our M3A1. I don't have the time for that. I got my points on the M3A1. I'm just trying to get to tier 2. That's all I'm trying to achieve. I'm just trying to get to tier 2. That's it. I'm just, oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. Cancel. NA, cancel. Where is cancel? There we go. Bro forgot to go realistic. You're right. Options. Ground realistic battles. Nope. Got it. Naval realistic, right? Ground realistic battles. Right? There's also arcade. Reward once a day, air arcade. Ground arcade. Warthunder League. I don't know. That's good. You just went to settings before. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. To battle. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to play the game. I'm just trying to have fun. Having a good time.
Oh, you're trying to have your fun with the battle packs. That's right, I'm trying to get myself an M3A1. You're right. You're trying to get the top tier 1 tank. That's right, I'm trying to get myself a top tank. Hell yeah, brother. My name's Thornir Goldstorm, at your service. And my name's Vicnir Thornir, at your service. You're doing that voice because of me, young boy. I'm doing that because of you, old man. At your service. You're making fun of me here, boy. I'm always making fun of you, old man. The more you let on, the more I got the more to make fun of. You're doing that accent just for fun. I know it's because I got stopped. I know it's because I got stopped.
I do play a D&D campaign where I am.
Welcome here, Thornstone. Just service.
Over there.
At your service.
No, damn it. I gotta stop giving the fucking pirate accent.
At your service. Service.
I'm trying to practice that. But I play a level 5 fighter with a level 1 now multi-class into rogue, and we're about to go into a combat-ridden territory, so that's been a lot of fun. Now this one, bro, that one always stay. That one that says realistic battle. We are in realistic battles, aren't we? Are we not? Ah, they're different. BR 2.3. On a 2.3. What is my BR? My BR is 1.0. We'll try, but look, you can set fire distance in sniper mode. Minimum 2 sighted. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna work because it says battle rating. I thought my battle rating was 1.0. We're in a battle now.
North Highland. We're going on to an adventure towards North Highland.
100 SP. Why do I gotta spend SP? M2A1 to battle. You have a 2.3 BR tank. Ah. I could have swore I saw that it was a BR rating of 1.0. So you might be able to explain, what are the castle-looking symbols on the map? Because I know that the artillery ones are probably the artillery pieces, but they still killed me, though, so obviously they have some kind of penetration. But they're also like little, like, bridge symbols. And then we got me, the regular, like, half hexagonal symbols. Why am I dead? Why do all their shots seem to go directly into me, but I get none into them? Are we already reaching sweat territory? So there's my MG. Got it. They are anti-air. Ah. Why do we have 3 or 4 anti-air on a map that is primarily tanks? I've been hit. Let's repair. Repairing. Before responding, or if you press M on top, you can see how much ammo you have, and you get it by doing your job. And every tank costs a bit different SP to spawn. I'm dead. In case of planes, though, low battle rating anti-air is also effective against tanks. Fair enough. Low rank anti-air does penetrate tanks. How much I have 257 spawn points. This costs 150. Don't take full ammo. I got 15 per. That looked like a big explosion. If I had to guess, it'd probably be down from over here. I've been hit. From what? Oh shit, I'm hitting them. Back it up. Back it up. I don't see anything. I don't know how these people are seeing shit. I saw him at the last second. But only this tank you have set it for every tank separately how much ammo you take. Ah, so every tank is different. I see that. Well, I don't know how much I'm gonna need. Semi-armor piercing high explosive incendiary shell. Okay.
The enemy controls most of the strategic zones.
Too bad I chose the wrong one. So this is my anti-air tank. Z. Fire through there in general. And I'm dead. Yeah, okay, directly to both tires and the engine. Fair enough. And we gotta go back to the hangar. Okay, well, I failed on that one. To be fair, I was not concentrating too hard on it. But I understand now. Yeah, but it's only this tank. So now I understand that every tank has their own, like, shell capacity. And maybe realistic battles is not a good idea yet. Maybe too early for that. Yeah, I think I do. I think it's too early for that. I don't know what I'm doing with that yet. (17) crew level 7. Okay, let's go to M3A1. Yeah, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing just yet enough to really understand realistic battles, considering the fact that I now have to identify them through the middle of trees and fog, of which I do not. There's no way. There's no way someone at my skill level is going to be able to do that. It's too much. It's too much. Battle rating 2.0. And we need a... Looks like ground balance 2.0. So I'm going to be the lowest of the low. So it's going to be trying to find people probably from like 2.0 to like 2.4 or whatever the fuck. And I'm at the lowest of low while up against people who are probably the highest of the high of this BR. Start canceling. Maybe if I do... My battery is 2.0 already. I may as well just say that. Not really understanding how the BR works. I thought it was maybe based on tank that you're entering with, but you can kind of deploy all tanks, so maybe it's like the average rating of your tanking. See how that your battle rating works? I don't know. Let's see here. Yeah, only this level that the anti-air and probably like artillery or the artillery pieces work at low range. Yeah, another type of shell as well. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, in the realistic battles are too much. Well, we'll see what happens here if we get a match, or if it takes less than a minute or two. Here we go. Here we go. Arcade match. Here we go. So we got that. Battle tanks. M3A1 Stalwart. We spawn at 10 seconds. Yawn. What time is it? 2:23 a.m. Yes, that's about right. Spawning here. And we'll go to Alpha? Imagine that everybody's going to Alpha. If everybody's going to Alpha, maybe I try to get behind them. Although chances are that they are also thinking the exact same thing are very high. I should be ready with my tank. Maybe they'll come running around the corner. Did I hit him? No, I did not. I can't see. Did not hit him. I don't see anybody in front of me. Never mind, I see several people in front of me. I died in a single hit? I thought I shot you. Apparently I did not shoot, I guess. And I'm just immediately dead. I thought I would have a capability of just firing right away and killing him, but he killed me in a single shot. All right. you not only tank with the highest battle rating, your load up matters. So that's why you have to try not. You have to be difference between battle ratings of your tanks because some tanks will perform fine and some worse. Bear. But the problem is that was my best tank. That was my best tank, and I just got killed in a single shot. Sorry, bridge. There we go, from behind, baby! Disabled! Fire! Fire! Target destroyed! Extinguish fire! After repair! There's someone around the corner! I'm repairing my tank right now, though. Takes time. There's someone around the corner that I need to kill. There are 2 people off to my right. He's already dead. See the next. Damn it. He's got a lot of anti-tank or anti-artillery, where the fuck, but that penetrated hard. Oh, come on, a single shot. Again, every single time it seems like it takes out my entire crew and my engine at the same time. Like, is there a, like, spot that I need to know about? To battle, respawn. With M2A2. And I got my armor-piercing rounds. Maybe I can join you sometime just in game. It's possible. Are you part of the Discord? Do you have good audio quality? That's the real question. Die. Die. Oh, Fury. Oh my god, I was about to Fury your ass, but then I got Furied in my ass. Hello. Now that one makes sense. That one makes sense. He fired literally directly into my ass. That makes sense. Because have different types of rounds, and some have extra explosive filter that detonates inside of the tank. You have basic armor piercing, which is just a piece of metal. They have armor piercing high explosive, which explodes when penetrating. Yeah, I don't have any of those. Some of your tanks shoot solid shot, which is basically metal going inside a tank and damage only what it physically hits. It just said I researched something. Am I not researching this one first? Why did it just say that I researched something? Okay. Did I research better crews? Crew. Okay, you're only 17. Customize. These are all decorations. Back. modifications. I have not researched improved parts yet. I'm still researching the next one. Battle pass shot. Of course there's a battle pass, of course. Why would there not be? Okay. Battles, user missions, touristy missions, dynamic campaign. There's a campaign? To battle. So I need to take better armor-piercing rounds with me if I want to actually do good. But HE rounds, if I want to explode, or basically metal piercing, armor piercing, which is basically they have armor piercing high explosive, which explodes when penetrating. So I need to get the AP explosive, APE, or APH, or APHE, armor penetrating high explosive, something one of the sorts. So I need to get one of those in my tanks. That's the issue. If your tank has them, because some doesn't have them at all. Yeah, I don't know the differences. Like, some have them, some do not. I think this one might. But I'm still up against people who are M1 armor piercing ballistic cap shell. Okay. Spawn, 2 seconds, 1 second. Armor penetration. So you can always penetrate them. I'm ready for some high penetration rounds. I want to penetrate them from behind. I want to pierce them right in the asshole. Not even being subtle about it now. I just want to pierce their asshole. Why am I getting a notification on my phone? I'm going to keep it driving forward. New member. 81. A weird number that has just joined. One of my tracks are. Damn. Okay, so my track was knocked out, but I could still keep on moving there after a second. And they have high explosive armor penetration. That penetrated, then exploded. And went A1 shot. 10 to battle, respawn. Go to armor penetration. Go to straight to the front. Fall behind them so I'm not an idiot. Fire for a couple of rounds, see if I can hit them. Armor penetration. Reloading, reload. And I still die from that. They still have high explosive. Yeah, I know that seems like the number one thing to have. I do not have those. This one does. This one does. M2 too. This one has high explosive rounds. Oh God, I was about to say push up, and I just hit the steeple chairs. Or the steeple stairs. Explosive, explosive. High explosive rounds. Can I hit him? He's too far away. Can I not request repairs? I can't seem to repair. I can't seem to repair. I'm holding F to repair. I cannot repair. We are holding this point. GGGGSDC5CG. Jesus, I've ever seen an AI generated name ever before in my life. Bring only the second shell you have equipped it as much greater penetration and is faster. Bring only the second shell you so the shell you have in the M2A2 is set is APHE, but it penetrates less. And I'm dead. Too busy looking at chat. That did not go well. That did not go well. You can't repair with freshly unlocked vehicles. Ah. It's not freshly unlocked though. It's mostly unlocked, I think. Maybe. What am I spending points on? Why can't I just exit out and spend? Okay. Okay. Let's try another. Let's try another. We're not done. We're not quite done yet. We're trying our best. We're still not understanding how the game works. But we are learning. This is something I can foresee myself playing in the, offline hours. That's why you get improved parts first. I think I do have improved parts on my M3A1. Right? It got researched, right?
Crew position.
I think it got upgraded. Like I said, rank 1 USA is almost all light tanks. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would say so it seems, but I don't really know the context behind besides saying so it seems. Like, yeah, this does seem like a light. I don't know what the heavy tanks look like. I don't know what the medium tanks look like. So I would say so it seems. Oh, God! Oh, Jesus! Can we ramp it? The answer is yes! We can! God damn! I'm gonna go around this motherfucker. Walking down the streets, hello Anthrocon. Going to be Generese, hello Anthrocon. Shout out to my 2025 Pittsburgh Anthrocon event. Also, quite literally at the moment, probably right after we're done streaming, I'm going to be working on the 2026 Las Vegas Anthrocon event. And there will be an extended version, primarily just for YouTube members only, that will get a lot more context behind the scenes of, I don't know, more scenes. It'll probably like double or if not triple the length. Because there's so many scenes that I need to incorporate, and like 90% of them just do not work. So I'm trying to find the best scenes that make a good story, and it's proving difficult. It is proving difficult. So there's only so many scenes I can incorporate, but then with YouTube memberships, I'm probably just gonna incorporate everything. I thought that was the tank. Wait for it. They're dead. Couldn't even see where they were firing from. In front of me, I think. They got 1 kill. Okay, why does it like, do they all, like, why does every one of my shots not do that, but their shots do? You know? Like, is there something I'm not quite understanding here with, in terms of, I don't know, everything? Like, am I not doing enough damage with my HE explosives here, or whatever the fuck? The M3 bring the second shell is better for angled armor. Today, unlock the USA heavy tank at 7.7. Haven't played it yet. Hell yeah. Beepity boppity, how's it going? I tell you what, active camouflage, you're now my property. You're now part of the Digital Dave crew. What can I say? Bippity boppity, you're now my property. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. More evidence towards, I don't know the fuck. Wait for it. Wait for it. My allies in the way. Wait for it. Why do my shots not seem to be penetrating, but their shots are penetrating? I see a dead corpse behind that. I see planes landing on our mark. Back up, back up. I see opportunity. Why am I not getting a green marker? I feel like I'm shooting them. Back it up, back it up. He's gonna move forward in a second. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Let's move forward. Our allies are moving forward. We will move forward. I can't see them. I got 3 shots left in this thing. Get behind this house. I'm stuck behind this house. From where? What? From where? I thought I was hidden. In front. And of course they all explode and kill my crew. Why does every single shot seem to kill my crew when they're... Is it because I'm doing light tanks? Is that the issue? Like, is that actually the issue? Like, is it because I... Oh, I just realized this has a lot of ammo. Is it because I have mostly light tanks? Like, they're just penetrate... Like, without sexual context, are they just penetrating me because I have no defense of which to fight them off? Or are they penetrating me because they're all Smurfs and they're better at the game? That's the real question. Are they penetrating me because of skill, or are they penetrating me because of tank value? Like, am I playing my tank wrong? Should I be playing it a lot more fast and agile? Should I be more pushing with my light tanks? I feel like I should be a lot more pushing with my light tanks. I see grounded Japan and aggressive, something about aggressive or something like that. I've been hit. I've been hit. I can't. Damn it. Oh, he's right next to me. That's why. Okay, I'm starting to understand this a little bit. We tried GGG something? No, at low tier, everyone can pen each other. I do not appear to be penning people. I do not appear to be penetrating people within my local atmosphere. I do not appear to be achieving the penetration of which I hope to achieve. My penetration scores, actually recently might be a little bit high, but penetration scores are a little bit low. But they might be a little bit low. Yes, hide and be sneaky. Why am I so gassy today? I'm hiccuping. Oh, you just heard it there. Why am I hiccuping so much? Oh, fuck. Do I have hiccups? Shit, I do. Ah, stop it. Stop it. Oh my god, these are aggressive hiccups. Oh my god, this is so fast. Stop. Why? Stop. Aggressive hiccups. What? What the fuck? Oh, and laughing does not help. Which sucks because I'm a laughing kind of person. Big breasts. Big breasts. Hiccuping. Why? Yo, I'm in Discord now. Can I join? Depends on the spot, because if you shoot at the extreme angle spots, it'll increase the armor value of the enemy tank. Hang on. Go away, hiccups. Getting close here, but yo, I'm in the Discord now. Can I join? If you know how to join squads, to hangar. I can invite a friend. No, I don't know how to invite squads. I got maybe 1 or 2 matches left in me. We have been going for 3 hours now, and now almost 3 a.m. So, you know. Depends on the spot, because if you shoot the extreme angle spots, to increase the armor value of the extreme enemy. That's why I always try to go for like I usually try to go for like where the armor is least, like where like the separation parts are. I think it's best to describe it. Like if you have 45 millimeter thick armor and put it at a 45-degree angle, it doubles to 90 millimeter. Like if you got the 45. Yep, can I join? 2, I can give my name is that name. It is Albamadria. Altimatria. I will copy it. I will crazy. Is Alabama Madeira. I don't know why I keep on calling it, adding an area into the end. Amadoria. Why do they keep on trying to ask me to spend stuff? Spend, sure. Why do they keep on asking me to spend things? Let's see here. Invite a friend. No, apparently that does not work. If you ever want to play Italy, it's the hardest to play. Understandable. Where is switch? Invite friend. That's as a gift. Change the edit. Gaijin pass. I don't know. In a Durian game, go to low right. I have private messages. I invited you, bottom right, you can see. No, that's not the right one. Is that the right one? I don't know. No, not screenshot. God damn you, fucking Discord. Maybe click on your name, right click, invite to squad. Maybe that'll work. They do their friends list. Cool, awesome, great messages. Something improved parts. Great, awesome. Enable you to voice chat. I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm in voice chat now. I probably need to look at options. Jesus Christ. Chat and voice chat. Private message friends only. Chat messaging squad and chat censor. Mark direct messages private. That seems to have absolutely nothing with voice chat at all. Internet radio. The fuck? Internet radio. What? Internet radio? God damn, what the fuck am I even looking at here? Because this game is free to play, they want you to spend real money. There is a symbol to people. I'm I'm joining too. Can I? Can I what? Can you? It looks like we're in the same battle. Maybe on Discord. I honestly, I'm going to ready it for match. I see him in my squad. I'm honestly only up for like 1 or 2 more matches. But I will say this. I'm only up for like 1 or 2 matches depending on how this match goes. If this match goes on for a long time for some reason, then I will only do 1. But if this match ends like the other matches, like the other 9 matches, then this one, 10 out of 10, I'll probably do another one. However, I will usually after streams, I am available in Discord. After this, I'm probably gonna go play some Helldivers 2 and or Age of Empires 2. I know, very different games, but Age of Empires 2 and Helldivers 2. So if after we're gonna do another battle or 2 here, also I guess depending on how long the fucking wait time takes. But after I get off stream, I am I'm gonna tell you this right now. Once I get off stream, I'm probably gonna go straight to Helldivers 2. That's the reality of it. I'm gonna play an operation of it, do 3 missions, maybe 4 missions, help someone else out, and then from there I'll probably move to Age of Empires 2. But that's my plan. I'm gonna do another match or 2 here in Warthunder, which has already taken a while. But 90 seconds of a game could have already meant a death and a half already. But we'll move along, see what's going on. Join. As someone who played this game for many years, run. This game is a time black hole. Look, you're talking to somebody who has played Elite Dangerous. Now, I understand the Warthunder and Elite Dangerous gamer sphere is very separated, but conjoined in the idea of making your life the entirety of the game. I was there when the pill bubble was nothing more than a beta form. I was there and deciphering the original Thargoid sound like pictograms. I was there discovering mysteries. I have my name on being the very first ones to ever discover the Stolan trees in Elite Dangerous. I have my name as the very first one ever to discover the first experience and discovery of the Stolan trees alongside my friend Juice Wayne, of which I've not talked to about 4 years because he changed his name and disappeared off the planet. I honestly think he probably kind of died. Not gonna lie, he actually probably died. He's dead. Battle. We're gonna go to a battle. Oh shit, everyone's already moving. But I have played 3.5 years of game time recorded in Stronghold Kingdoms, which is a free-to-play game that I spent about $2,000 on. I am only as educated as I am as today, and in the aspects of other nationalities and their prospects and cultures because of Stronghold Kingdoms. I have the epitome of expense towards those that you might consider a gacha game, in the expanse of it not being a gacha game. Fuck you! What do you mean? I was just stopping. And of course it blew up the engine. Of course it did. 69. Come on. One single shot? I was about to give you a single shot, you fuck. You goddamn fuck.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Let's go back to Alpha. But I will say, if you guys do feel like playing Helldivers 2 or Age of Empires 2, I will be in the Discord voice channel and talk to you more cordial there. Like, the main problem that I find with Discord and talking with people in chat is that I talk too much. It's hard not to interrupt them consistently. Use them as cover, use them as cover. How are they not dead? How are you not dead? How are you not dead? Was I missing? The entire time? Like, was I... I got knocked out from our spawn? Jesus. But no, I understand it. I just spent $130 on War of the Warships. So, no, I get it. I get it. I'm an advocate of that these games are a waste of time and money, and yet here I am. Have your contract, I agree, so I can play. Jesus, okay, you know, I might even play Warthunder after stream. I'm just saying that this game is lasting a little bit longer, or rather, it took a little bit longer to actually get to the actual game. So this is probably gonna be my last game. But I'm gonna let you know right now that I will be in Discord chat after stream, talking to y'all and playing more games with y'all. So if you actually want to have Discord chat, like I was saying, the problem with the main Discord chat is the fact that people have really bad mic quality. I have to change some settings around, and the settings themselves are already a pain in the ass with the poor mic quality. Like I don't know why, but I have a bad reputation of like every single person I get in a call with is just like they got like kids and dogs barking in the background, and you know they always got too much noise happening. Shit. So everyone always seems to have a very like, you know, second world country microphone. So I usually try not to get in Discord chat. It's just really hard for a content creator sometimes with audio quality. But after this game, I will be in Discord. If you guys want to play Helldivers 2, Age of Empires 2, or more Warthunder. I guess I gotta go back to chat. I gotta go back to Hangar. Just got an achievement. Get the Adamant Award 5 times. Let me catch up on chat here, though. Got some awards. Let me catch them in chat here, though. This is a black hole. Maybe in Discord. Okay. Maybe in Discord. Join. I've been playing this game for many years. Run. This game is the time black hole. Yes. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell that it's a fucking black hole. I agree. I have your contract so I can play. I don't know exactly what context that is in within because I'm so late on looking at chat messages. I apologize. I don't know exactly. These hiccups are being a problem. These are propagating problem. I had hiccups earlier tonight, and I got hiccups even worse now. I don't. Apparently tonight is a hiccup day. Every single fucking stream has to be some kind of day. But you got something out of Elite. This game gives you nothing in return, just more grind. Yeah, no, that's real. No, it's real. I could talk for ends, and Elite Dangerous has a whole background mechanic of actual political structure and economy usage. That the fact that I really loved the fact that we were the main propagators, the ones that spread anarchy with like 50 to 60% all of the colonial bubble, and they had to make a community message of literally to go against us to stop the anarchy spread in Colonia, because nobody knew, even us, the Oceanic Wing. I am a representative of the Oceanic Wing of Elite Dangerous. We have done many big projects of expansion, pushing planetary expansion, faction, anarchy, spreadism. I have been an active part. I haven't been as much over the past year, but I and others of the Oceanic Wing have been quite extensive on the aspects of pushing the background lore of Elite Dangerous. And not even through like, oh, this princess is having a wedding, this prince is having a wedding. Let's go ahead and intercept their meeting at the contact point a number of times to make sure that they actually, put into. No, we're like, oh, you're having a community meeting. You all guys are spreading towards, federation, capitalism and like, empire, communism or the fuck. Cool. While you guys are, perpetrating with that, we are gonna go over to again the colonial system and spread anarchy while all your forces are spread apart, and you are gonna have to now fight against like 30 different black markets. you know yeah, and also we're gonna ruin all of your interstar trade by pirating all of the low value diamonds in between the two. It is what it is. We play market. I really the Oceanic Wing does a lot of good stuff for Elite Dangerous. uh Now this game gives you more culture on military vehicles. Yeah, I mean, well, if every military leak comes out, it's always because of Warthunder. Do You Survive This Game recovers a ton of context around why these vehicles exist, why it just slides out to PvP. Yeah, pretty much. It's all very nationalistic, towards like tank or military correctiveness. I mean, it's literally what the game is like. Most of the people playing War Thunder won't want to read a whole paragraph on why they needed to make these vehicles. I would love it, but I guess, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of text here, and I just want to play the game, which I'm probably a representative of the fact that I just want to play the game. I just want to shoot shit and fucking go in and out and go on to the next. World of Warships I care more about because it requires more skill, but War Thunder is just very casual as a concept. Even though it has all PvP, it's very casual. Um, wait until he gets to play ARB. Don't even know, all ranking battle mode or something like that. Coolium has a can event for every creator. Yo, can I join your party? There's a toilet bomb and an American plane in this game. It has an explosive toilet. Well, look, hey, I'm probably going to end stream here, but that's not the end. I'm going to end stream here. However, I am going to still be within the voice chat of Discord. We can play a few more rounds of War Thunder. I would still like to get to Helldivers 2. So, hey, to all those who join the Discord, the very first 100 people will be known as the OGDs. These OGDs, the original digital Daves, will have access to sneak peek content, pre-releases, priority content on multiplayer, and everything else along the way. So hey, we are still a small channel. We only have 15.3 thousand subscribers and an average of about 80 views per video. We are small. I have bigger projects coming out which seem to perform well, and one currently, as of recently, is still performing well. So that's good to see, but we are still small. So we will need to grow the community larger. So the very first 100 people into the Discord will have value, considering the fact that maybe when we get to a point when we have over 100 people, those people will be just known as regular members, regular Daves, regular Ds, good old regular Ds instead of original Ds. So the regular Ds will not have context nor access to the pages of which that you original OGDs will have access to. So hey, feel free to join over the Discord. I'm gonna go hop off stream here. I'm gonna go play more Warthunder in Discord and some Helldivers and Age of Empires 2. Maybe. All of those are still a maybe. But thank you for watching. Make sure to like the stream, subscribe, and make sure to share my content around. I have content all the way from music to virtual reality tutorials to regular gaming videos to Halo to everything else in between. I am a catch-all invited to a squad. Yeah, I see that. I see you. But thank you, and make sure to see you guys in the next stream. Thank you, and bye-bye. Oh, that's on to see you. Thank you.